Well, well, well. Look who it is. It is me, it is I. Hey, everybody, what's going on? I actually have 10 people watching on YouTube, which I did not expect to get. Uh, at least not like right off the bat. But hi. Hi, welcome. Back from Toronto, obviously. Back in the old set. Oh, shit, I got... Oh. Sorry, am I supposed to not swear? It's fine. It's fine. So yeah, I'm back from Toronto. How's everybody doing? We got 10 people currently just lurking. Y'all want to chat? Y'all want to say hi? It's okay if you want to keep lurking. You can do whatever you want. I'm not going to stop you. Oh, we live. Hello, Super Goku. What's up? I recognize your your profile pic and your name, so I guess you've been in my chat before. How's the audio, by the way? Because I haven't streamed. I've streamed before, but it's been like years. Well, I did stream on my Twitch. I'm actually double streaming, right? Or dual streaming. Because I have a Twitch channel as well that I want to use. So it's here. But I've never streamed on this channel, so it's cool to have people here. So welcome. Because yeah, this is actually where I actually have a following. So I figured what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna talking. Audio's good? Perfect, awesome. Yeah, let me know. Because I've done test streams and it's just like I would actually keep the audio like way too low, so that's good. Yeah, so we're gonna wait like 2 more minutes and then I'll kind of get into what we're gonna do today. But essentially what I'm doing, so yeah, Toronto happened. We gotta study your 2025 predictions, dude. Must to be true, dude. I have a power that I must wield carefully. Here's the thing. It was kind of my prediction of Fnatic was like them getting runner-up was kind of the strat. It was kind of exactly what I wanted it to be. Because yeah, I've picked the runner-up for like the past 3 tournaments, and it's happened before. Like in 2023, I picked Paper X to win champs. They were the runners-up, so it's happened a bunch. So my problem was I then chose Paper X for the next 2 tournaments, and they went out earlier than top 3 in both of those. So, you know. So my problem is if I keep the same team, then I'll break that streak. But I just keep choosing the runner-up, so I could just never choose a team that I mess with because it's just gonna happen. Because I wanted G2 to win Bangkok, and then they got so close, and I was so mad. So I've kind of sworn off predicting them as well. But that's how that goes. Welcome everybody to the stream. I low-key had PRX winning after TH got destroyed, not gonna lie. Yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to do Team Heretics. I wanted to, but I just couldn't. So yeah, what we're doing today is we're gonna be talking about Toronto. We're gonna be talking about my experience, and I'm gonna do a vlog. I vlogged the entire time. I filmed everything while I was there. So we're gonna have this stream, which is gonna be like I'm gonna be talking about doing a live, and then also just seeing how streaming goes on this channel, because I do want to almost drop my water bottle, because I do want to start streaming more on this channel. So just kind of see how this is going, and then just kind of talk about everything. And yeah, just gonna show you guys some photos. So I'm gonna do this stream, gonna do it, I'm doing it live, and then I'm gonna edit this, and then I'm gonna make a vlog. The vlog is gonna come out before the edited version of this stream, and then you'll have both of those. So you have kind of 2 different sides of the story, because the vlog is me like all the footage that I filmed, everything that I want to like kind of show, and like a whole storyline, where this is just me yapping. This is just me talking about it and then just wanting to play Mario Kart later. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Also, I'm not sure if he's going to join, but Commend, who is now my fucking buddy, that's my bud, he might be joining, because yeah, he was hanging out with me the whole weekend, and we were having a great time. I got a bunch of photos of him that I'm gonna show without telling him, but he said he might want to just like hop on a call, but obviously with no pressure to him, and he's in Britain. So, Kaiser, yo, hi, how's it going? Welcome. I don't know if I think I kind of recognize your username. I'm probably gonna recognize a lot of the people that come in here today. But yeah, we're streaming here live. Streaming live. Damn, 11 people. I remember him. He interviewed some pros. Yeah, dude, come in sick. He's not just interviews and stuff. He does amazing VCT documentaries. It's great. You and Kamen are like two of my favorite VCT YouTubers. This is a crazy crossover, dude. Just wait till both are like vlogs. Well, I'm making a vlog that's gonna be more vloggy, and then he's gonna do, at least from my understanding, kind of what he did for LA Champs when he was there, which is like a kind of more high quality, more documentary style. So mine's gonna be kind of silly, kind of funny, but also I'm gonna try to make it kind of cinematic in like whatever way that I can. But then his is probably gonna be a lot more like pristine and stuff. But yeah, no, yeah, me and him, it is really funny because we met. So I'll kind of tell that story a little bit first. So we met through other VCT creators. So if y'all know Zeph Valorant, guy that made the Haters Guide videos, currently not doing videos anymore, but I'm not gonna speak on that. That is his story to tell, or like his thing if he wants to share. But basically he has this Discord server that just has a bunch of different kind of small VCT creators in it, and he eventually invited me when there was probably like 5 people in there. It was still pretty early on in that server's existence, from my understanding. Yeah, Zeph. Yeah. No, he's a good guy. I think he did a 2G video. He might have. I don't know. He did a variety. But anyway. Sorry, I'm just closing some windows. Move this here. But yeah, so basically we were. So I was in this group chat, and then Zeph had this podcast Exafrag, which he still does kind of upload too. Oh, also, fair warning, I am sick. I got sick, which is why my eyes are probably like super red right now. And I also have like no sleep because I had to wake up at 6:30 a.m. for work. So I'm tired, and my nose is killing me, and my throat's killing me. So I just have a whole variety of things going on. So that's not exactly ideal, but I want to do the stream, so I'm gonna power through. Anyway, so yeah, so Zeph added us to this content creator Discord, and then so Zeph was really good, and still is, admittedly, even though he's not uploading right now. What's this live about? Hi Nacho, welcome to stream. So I'm gonna be talking about my experience at Masters Toronto. It's also just a stream, and then we're gonna be playing Mario Kart. So just come hang out if you want, or don't. But nachos, I like nachos. They're good chips. But yeah, basically, so yeah, I was hanging out with Kamin the whole time at Toronto, and I met so I met him through the podcast. God, fuck off Slack. So I met him through Zeph because he. Sorry, he getting fucking Slack messages, bro. I hate Slack. Dumbass fucking. How do I mute it? No, just whatever. Anywho, I'm trying to stay focused here, but I'm very all over the place. My apologies, I haven't streamed in a minute. But yeah, so I met Command through Zeph. He added both of us to this content creator Discord chat, and then we eventually did the podcast together. And it was like pretty obvious, like right away, that like me and him clicked on like a good level. So it was like sick, but obviously like we're in like different time zones. He's in like, I'm in Canada, he's in Britain, so he's very far off. But like we wanted to meet each other. I was briefly in London last year for like 2 days, but he was in a different part of the country, so I couldn't meet him then. But then Toronto came around. This is about like a year after we met on the podcast, and then we ended up getting drinks. So I'll start there. I'll start my kind of Toronto story there because that's kind of the lead up. That's how we met. Hey, bro, I sent an email. I was never responded to. What is the best way to reach you? Hi, Ethan Co. I think I did get your email. I apologize. I'll get back to you on the email a different time. I'm streaming right now, so I'm not going to deal with that. My apologies. Anyway, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about VCT. Okay, now I'm going to start recording. Okay, I'm going to do my little YouTube intro. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Today, we are talking about my experience at VCT Masters Toronto. Whoa, what just happened? Am I still live? What just happened? Why am I offline? Sorry, it just... Okay, alright, my apologies. It just... okay, my, like, restream glitched, and as soon as I clicked, like, recording on OBS, it just said that everything went offline. I was like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, sorry. So I went to VCT Masters Toronto, and it was a very good time. So I'm here streaming live on my YouTube channel as well as my Twitch channel. You can follow the link in the description below. And we are going to be just going through my experience and how I found it. So as you can see, I gotta adjust something. As you can see, I am wearing the official VCT Masters Toronto hockey jersey. I'm Canadian, so I saw that they had this, and I needed it. So here it is in all of its glory. Number 25. Pretty sick. So, thanks so much, sir. It's fine. Anyway, so I got this jersey. Now, that's not something that I got for free. But I would end up getting free stuff later, which is pretty sick. Anyways. Just that. Zoom in a little. So, my story with getting to VCT Masters Toronto was very kind of slapped together. I really wanted to go as soon as I heard about it because I'm Canadian. I'm not from Toronto. I'm not in Toronto, but I was like, it's the first VCT event in Canada, and having this channel, obviously, I was like, I have to be there. It's just something that I have to do. If I don't, I'm going to regret it for like the rest of my life. So the goal was I was gonna like buy tickets, and so the goal was I was gonna buy tickets, and I was going to like I've been through experiences of buying tickets for like high in demand events. Like I've gone to a bunch of concerts. I know the deal, and a lot of people got like screwed out of the tickets because of like one thing or the other. I should also realize, I just realized I should probably share the link on Twitter of this. Sorry, I'm just going to do a quick pause here. Doing a stream. Also, don't follow my Twitter. I know I'm tweeting right now, but I don't use it anymore. But I got a bunch of followers, so I was like, oh, my experience at VCT Masters Toronto. And then hashtag VCT Masters Toronto. Please don't leave, people. And post. Cool. And we're good. Nice. Okay. So that aside. Anyway, so my plan was, so the tickets went on sale for VCT Masters Toronto back in March 25th. So it was a while ago. So I was like prepared. I was like, okay, they come online on the ticket website at like, I think it was like 7 a.m. my time. So I got in, I woke up at 6 a.m., immediately put my phone in on the queue because I know just like how these things work. It's like you have to get in the queue like an hour early if you're going to have any chance, especially because the venue that they chose was only 4,000 capacity, which I did end up asking Leo Faria about. I did ask a question during his press conference, which wasn't recorded for some reason. I don't know what the heck happened, but I like a bunch of people asked a bunch of questions to Leo. Some really good ones too. Like both me and Command had some pretty good questions, but like no one recorded it. I guess because they didn't tell anybody was happening until like that morning, which I don't know what happened there, but it's a wee bit frustrating. I did film part of it, but it was just like it's like from my camera, it's far away. It's not ideal. Anyway, so yeah, I try to get my tickets, and I get the first two. Now, if you saw Just Joza, hey, hi Just Joza, how's it going? Joshua? I don't know. I'm sorry. But hello, welcome. Anyway, so if you saw my video about the tickets situation with VCT Masters Toronto, which is currently privated, just because like I did end up talking to people at Riot, so I wanted to retract it. Not retract the statement. I stand by everything I said in the video, and I do plan on putting that back up for public, because I did have things to say, and Riot could take criticism. I didn't like completely just dunk on them. It was more the ticketing website, because essentially I got tickets for Friday, for the Saturday, and then when I was getting tickets for the grand final, it flagged me as a bot. I'm sorry. I'm sick, dude. Freaking someone gave me something at Toronto, bro. That's why I look like complete trash right now. God, I'm sorry. Going good. Just say Joshua, please, but I wish you could have gone to Toronto. You should have, bro. You should have come hang out, bro. I met so many people. It was very amazing. So, yeah, one thing that, so yeah, I got flayed as a bot for the grand finals tickets, which was incredibly frustrating, because I was just like, I'm going to fly all the way to Toronto, and I'm going to not be able to see the best match, or at least the most important match of the entire thing. So I was like, God, like, what do I do? There were like watch parties going on. So like Sentinels had a watch party going on downtown Toronto at a really cool bar. So I was like, okay, maybe I could do that. So I bought a ticket for that, and I was like, okay, I'll buy that ticket so I at least have something, and then I will go go try to get a resale if I can. But then I talked to Command. So I'm like hitting up Command. I'm talking to him. He's going to Toronto, and I'm like, oh, like, where are your seats? And he's like, oh, I don't have seats. I have a media pass. I'm like, how'd you get that? Now I feel a little weird telling the story, because I don't want to be like, I don't want to say this is what you should do. But I was able to get into contact with people at Riot to be able to get a media pass, which is pretty sick. So I was able to sell my tickets, and it completely saved the entire trip, because I would have been a fan. I would have not had access to anything media. I would have had to wait in line, which was horrible. The lines there were so long. Like, when I got there initially, it was like all the way along like the hallway in the Earner Care Center, which is like a huge convention center. So it was insane. He gets a media pass. Lol, that's when you know you're famous. No, dude, honestly, no. It is. I don't want to tell anybody like how to do it or like what to do, but it is easier than you think. I have 4K subs. I have 4K subs on YouTube, and I was able to get one. It is a lot easier than you think. And there were people in there that were like random journalists that were like either living in Toronto or like from Toronto or whatever, that like ended up coming out for the event. So it's literally everything, and this is not just esports, but this is like every single industry. So people listening, take note. Just ask. Like just ask people. Every industry is based off of who you know. It does not matter how big you are. It doesn't matter how like famous you are. All that matters is you're a good person that people like, and you have connections. That's it. That's literally all that is. That is every industry that I've worked in. That is every industry ever. It's just, you just need to have friends in good places. Like my girlfriend, she works in concerts, and she gets free stuff all the time just because of people that she knows. Like it's great. It is not as hard as you think. Like, again, if you're going to these events, just like, and you have at least somewhat of a following in some way, or you're some kind of media, like, yeah. Anyways, so I do end up getting that pass, and yeah, it completely saved the trip. I'll see if I can find. I have some stuff, like some photos and stuff prepared, but I also have some footage. I don't want to show too much of my footage yet, because the vlog is coming out, and this is just meant to supplement the vlog, not necessarily be the main thing of me telling the story. Because yeah, I vlogged everything. I took so many videos, but I do want to show just the opening of like when I got there. Yeah, it's here. Let me just put it on screen. And go studio mode. I'm just gonna do display. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. And transition. Sorry, I'm not the quickest at clicking. Anyways, so yeah, this is the line. Like, look at this. This is like 4,000 people. There are so many people there. It was insane. So I'm just like, I get there. I'm like, I don't necessarily know where to go. But all I know is that I can skip this whole line. So I just walk through. I just walk through the middle of it. And I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to brag, I swear. I'm showing you how the event was and how lucky I felt. It's not me being like, oh, I'm hot shit, look at me. It's just like, I was so amazed that I even got the opportunity to like get a media pass for any reason. Not just for like who I know, but also, yeah, do you see that? Yeah, some guy with like a thin blue line shirt. I saw that. There was also a dude with like an Israel shirt there too, some old bro. And I was like, what? Dude, you are in the wrong place. And then, yeah, there's also this guy. So, whatever. But yeah, this is day one. There's just so many people there. It's insane. Anyway, so I get through. I'll go back to this. I get through, and immediately I'm just amazed, bro. Like, this was, I'm bringing up the thing again. This is the venue before anybody was in it. It's just like, is big hall. I'm looking, why am I looking so far up in the shot? Like, but yeah, it's just like a huge screen. So the screens were kind of an issue because, so like, here, I'll pause it here. So this area, this is like the super fan zone. This is where most people were. This is where like most people would like go to watch the games when they're like media or whatever. And then like that was like the VIP, like pay $200 or whatever. Then you could be right next to the stage, which is cool. It's cool to be right next to the stage. The problem is, as you can see, and I'll show some shots later, it is superbly close to the screen, and there are no screens under. Like, there are no screens that help these people watch. So everybody that's in this zone is just, oh my god, like, it's just, it was impossible. It was impossible to actually see anything from this section. I did go here a lot. I just kind of got used to it, but it was very annoying at times. But yeah, the venue was super cool. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna rewind. So I landed in Toronto Wednesday morning. So I took a late flight. Their next definitely hurt. Dude, it like mine was sore for like a minute after day one. It was not pleasant. But yeah, I do want to talk about my days before the event because yeah, I was there for Friday, and then I was there for the Saturday and Sunday. But before that, so I got to Toronto about 2 days earlier just to like experience the city, hang out with my girlfriend more because my girlfriend came to Toronto with me, but she's not into Valorant, nor could I get her a media pass, nor did I really ask for one because I knew that she didn't really want to go, which is fair. She's not into esports, not into video games, and that is okay, especially because like she has friends in like Toronto. So it was fine. So I came there a day early, or I guess 2 days early. So I'll just show some random photos. What the hell is this? Why are you not showing this? Okay. Every time this thing does not work. No, don't be. There you go. So this is some of the food that me and my girlfriend. Okay, this is just a venue. I didn't take this photo. But yeah, this is some of the food I ate day one. We went to this Italian place. I forget what it's called. It's called like spaccio or whatever. This is burrata, like focaccia bread with figs, dude. Went fucking hard. Went goddamn hard. This is the pasta I had. I forget what it was called, but it was some kind of. I think it's some kind of carbonara. Yeah, it was really good. This is our friend's dog, by the way. I just wanted to show him. His name is Joey. He's sick. So that's a video that I can't play. So yeah, this is me and Commend. So essentially, for the Thursday, so the night before, I'm like, I wanted to go to Plat Chat Live. Unfortunately, I didn't get tickets because I was an idiot. Because I didn't. So I'm on the Plat Chat like Patreon and stuff, and I saw that they had like tickets for this event up, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I should do that. And then I didn't buy it. I was like, I should like just ask Luna like if it's chill if I just like dip for like 4 hours on like Thursday, and she was fine with it. The problem is I asked too late. Well, the thing is I didn't ask at all until the tickets were sold out. And then I told my girlfriend about this, and she's like, why didn't you just ask? I'm like, because I forgot. Because I'm a stupid man. I'm a dumb, stupid man. Anyways, so what I decided to do was, since the Shopify office, which is where Plat Chat Live was, since that was like downtown Toronto or whatever, it was right across from this bar, Greta. So I've been to other Greta locations before, and I know it's just like an arcade bar. It's like fun to go if you just want to chill, play games. And I had some videos I want to show, but they won't play on my thing for some reason, which is really annoying. VLC or something. Like Windows wants me to buy an extension. I'm not buying a video extension. I'm not buying it. Screw you, bro. I'm just gonna like quickly download VLC so I can do it properly. I have not downloaded that in a while. Is this? I don't trust this. Jesus. Anyway, so I decided to go to Greta. So what the plan was there was like, I was like, okay, I'm going to we're gonna go to this, or we're gonna go to this bar around the time that Plat Chat Live ends. So like 8 p.m. or whatever. So like, yeah, I like showed up there at 8, and because I wanted to meet Commend and I wanted to meet Bodork, who was also there. I wanted to meet those two so that going into the event I wouldn't like feel like lonely or whatever, or like alone, or like not feel weird about like coming up to them and like hanging out. Not that wouldn't have been a problem or whatever, but it just wouldn't have been as sick. So it was good to just hang out with them in the meantime. Okay, is this gonna open now? Just once. Alright, so this is okay, so if you guys didn't know, Commend is British, which is incredibly obvious. But what I didn't know is that apparently British people can ball. Apparently, this is something that they can do. Apologies to Donnie's balance, but yeah. So we were hanging out, and so the reason I wanted to do it near the Plat Chat office was so that in case anybody wanted to come like meet us, either me or Commend, that like they could just come from Plat Chat Live and then go to us because it was super close. It was literally right across the street. And it ended up working. Not like a huge group, but like we got a good like 5-6 people. It started as like 3 and then 4 came. So one guy that I do want to shout out. Where's the one that I'm in right now? Yeah, one guy that I do want to shout out. If this stupid thing will just let me fucking go to what I'm doing. Why don't you let me? Anyways, so yeah, we had a bunch of people there, and yeah, it started as like 3 people, and then it got like bigger, and then eventually I met Ryan G2B. So also one thing that I did, and one thing that if you've been watching my videos, you might know, is I bought something cool specifically for this event. I printed stickers of my new channel logo because I figured it would be a good bit for me to just go around Toronto and just slap these things everywhere, and that'll be in the vlog. I didn't put them in like too many places, but I did kind of slap them around town. And I also wanted to like give them to creators and other people, A, for the content, B, so that people remember me, so that I'm memorable. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the guy that gave me this random chill at Esports sticker. So everybody that I met got one, aside from a couple, which I'll get to in the story. But yeah, so we had the white variant, we had the full color variant. I might want to sell these, but I don't have a merch store yet. I'm not big enough to have one, so these might just sit dormant until I'm big enough for merch, but we'll see. Or I'll just take them to the next event, whatever I end up going to. Anyways, I'm trying to open a photo right now. So I also didn't ask these people if I can show their faces, but I think it's fine. I took photos of them. I think they understand the assumption there. I want to just go. Okay, I want to go to stream mode. Sorry, I'm studio mode of. Okay, so yeah, so this is a pretty good photo. So no, go back. No. So yeah, this is Commend right here. He's showing his face, and he knew that I was doing this to streams. That's fine. Over here, which you can't see, this is Bodork. I have a better photo of him somewhere, but it's not this one. So this guy, I want to specifically shout out. So I forget who exactly he was coming for, but this guy said that he landed like 2 hours before showing up here. Like we were at the Greta across from the Shopify office at like 8 p.m. We were there until like midnight. This guy shows up at like 9:30, maybe 10. And he comes, and then I think he was specifically there to meet Commend, because I put in the Plat Chat server, in the Discord server, I'm like, hey, if you want to hang out after the Plat Chat live, and if you want to meet Commend, we're gonna be at Greta, which is right next to it. So we got a good amount of people, and yeah, this guy specifically, like we were his first stop. He went to his hotel, dropped off his stuff, and then came to Greta. And I'm like, hell yeah. His name was Lylor or something, which is pretty sick of him. So that was really cool. And yeah, that was a really good night. We ended up just kind of hanging out, chatting for a while. It was nice to meet Commend. It was good to just like build a rapport with him and Bo before heading into Toronto, because I was just like, I don't want to just like feel like I'm imposing. If I can just meet them first, then that would be good. And it worked. So take notes, kids. I'm sorry. I've already said it, but new people join in and leave. But I am sick, because that's what happens when you go to conventions, which is very annoying. But I have another photo that I want to show. I'm just pulling it up here. So yeah, we were hanging out, we were playing games, and Commend, this fucker, man. Commend's a great guy, but he was, unironically, He was rocking my shit. He was rocking my shit at every game we played. He doesn't drink, but we played like beer pong game, like arcade game. We played the basketball game. I only played it once and then I ran out of credits and then I didn't want to spend more, but he did rock me. Subtle flex. I'm happy you had a good time. Thanks, bro. But yeah, like it was every single, it was like most of the games we were playing, he was just absolutely destroying me in. And I was getting mad. I was just like, this goddamn British motherfucker was way more goddamn subs than me. Ain't backing down. I respect it, but damn, it was annoying. However, I am a Canadian, and as a Canadian, hockey is something that I'm, at least better than the average Joe at. So where's the goddamn video? I swear I prepped, but now the videos aren't opening, which is very, very frustrating. But okay, yeah, here it is. So yeah, he was destroying me, and he was destroying me so much that he decided that when I asked him for, so like I sent my photos. Okay, my thing keeps coming out of focus, which I don't love. Sorry about that. I'll grab you. Anyway, so yeah, it was every single game we were playing. So when he sent me like all the photos that he took of us, he sent this one as like the last one. And this is this is his score on the left. This is my score on the right. So he got nearly 100,000 more in this. It's not even a game where you're competing against one another. It's like one of those shooting games. This is like a Godzilla like VR shooting games. Like you put the VR set and then you shoot around. So it's like, sorry. It's not even like a competition, but he still just absolutely mugs me. He just absolutely mugs me. It was incredibly frustrating. But I did end up getting him with one. I'm trying to find it. Dude, why is it so bad? Is it this one? All right. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. So, one thing that he didn't beat me in was air hockey. So air hockey. So not only am I Canadian, so if anything hockey related, I have to win. Not only that, but I have one of these machines like at my house. I grew up playing these, and like me and my family will have tournaments at Christmas, and it will be like the most competitive thing ever, and we're already a very competitive family. So I did end up winning, and it was funny because so it's 1st to 7 in these things. So it's like I'll get to the tournament. I know I'm going like way off on like a side tangent, but I wanted to kind of explain things. So I did end up beating him twice. It was like we played once and it was like super close. So it's 1st to 7, and then it was like 7-6. It was just like I would score a goal, he would score, I would score, back and forth, and then eventually I won. Then we played more games. I beat him in like Basketball Connect 4, which is exactly what it sounds like. But then he's like, I gotta beat you in air hockey. I'm like, all right. So he ends up going like up like 6. I think it was like 6-2 or 6-3. I do a Wolves on him, bro. I come back and I win the whole thing. It was crazy. So just to commemorate things, I ended up doing this. There might be some audio.
Alright, so this is the air hockey table.
Oh, that was the sorry, that was the wrong take. One sec. That was like, why did I download both? Oh, damn. This is Bo playing to forget. I gotta find it. I'm so sorry. I know exactly where it is. Why did I download that one? No, don't open spawn. I'm not good at this whole streaming thing, bro. Swear to God. As can if you had lost that with the pretext given, you would have had to give up your decision. Exactly. That would have very much not been allowed. Okay, here it is.
Okay, so this is the air hockey table, of which I beat Kamen twice. Just gonna put a little commemorative piece right there.
Slapping it right on. Oh, and stop when the Dua Lipa music starts. So yeah, so I beat him in that. I basically reverse swept him. It was great. It was awesome. Anyways, so we had a great time. Yeah, we had a lot of people show up. I think at the end it was like probably 8-9 people showed up, which was pretty sick. And then eventually, yeah, I left at like midnight and whatnot. Anyway, so Toronto, the event, the actual tournament. So day one was great. Day one was like some of the most fun, or well, I mean, not day one of the tournament. It was very far from it. But day one of me being there, which was the upper final and then lower final. One of the upper final and lower semis. I keep forgetting that. It was one of the like most fun. Like that was one of the best days of my life. It was so cool, dude. I was super nervous, like absolutely, but it was just. It was so just cool being there, and just like being able to hang out around Commend was like sick. Just like being able to like hang out and like meet a bunch of people and participate in like the press conferences, participate in like so I didn't end up getting any, but like you could request in person or like one-on-one interviews with it. With like players, I didn't get any. I tried to get G2 players, but they got out. I did ask Jonah P a question, which was cool, and I was clearly very nervous during it. I'm so sorry for coughing. Yeah, day one was just absolutely sick. I was just like walking around the whole time. The media pass, you can like basically just sit anywhere. Or like stand anywhere. And it was just really cool to be around. I didn't ask any questions to Wolves, because I was just like I didn't know what to ask them, and they just lost. So I was just like I don't want to like bug them, and like dude like being in the press conference room. Also Riot shout out, great catering. Oh my god, fantastic catering. We actually had really good lunches. I was not expecting it to like be good, but like we had like great tacos. We had like pretty good. What was it? A chicken, and the chicken was actually quite good. And then they had like really nice like granola bars and stuff like that. It was, thank you, Riot. Appreciate it. So I'm just trying to find some. What did I just open? Favors G2. Yeah, didn't answer any paper X for Wolves. So one of the it was really cool to just be a part of the press conferences. Like I was here in this one, which I'm just gonna open. This was my first one that I think the first one that I asked a question in. So it's like everybody just got to kind of like line up and ask whatever they wanted. It just had to be like
Start with questions from the in-house media joining us today
in like a quick fashion. So let's see if I can find mine.
Cool. Everyone knows that, they were kind of in the same boat as us after the long and obviously.
Thank you. We'll take a question next from the in-house media.
Oh, hi all. Joe from VLR, commiseration kayak. You
shout out that guy.
Also, it was a really, really strong showing. The kayak.
Hey guys, great tournament. Kyle from Shell Esports here, VCT content creator. So my question is for Boaster. One thing that was different about paper.
Oh, okay. So this is after the grand final. So this is the clip that like is kind of going off online. Well, not going off, but it's popular. And it was my question, and I was shocked because essentially what you're trying to do when you're in these press conferences is you want to be... It's rough, especially after they lose, because you want... It's like you want a good answer. It's like I'm there with journalists and stuff, and like Command and Bodark who like aren't journalists, but like want to like like get content for their own things. And, like Command was asking questions, I was asking questions. Bo only asked a question to Leo. Maybe he asked questions more. I'm not sure. But for me, I was just like, I'm not a journalist. I don't really care. I just want to like ask whatever I'm the most curious about. And like what Command was trying to do, or he kept saying that it would have been sick to like be someone that like gets in like the teaser, because they've put quotes from these interviews and from these press conferences into like the teasers for like the games, and none of us got in it. None of us got in any of them, including me. But this clip is kind of going online, and this is my question.
Rex in this final versus previous for both sports here, VCT content creator. So my question is for Boaster. One thing that was different about Paper X in this final versus previous ones where they lost is pushing through adversity. It's a skill all champions need to win, and one that you guys have had when you've won and did a good job with in this match too, just couldn't bring it home. Were those momentum shifts the thing that you struggled with the most in this match, and what went wrong when you tried to swing?
So if you saw Boaster there, he like turned his head really quickly. I didn't see him do that in the moment, but like he might have been like offended that I said that they did do a good job at quote pushing through adversity. But I was being genuine. I was not trying to just like glaze him. I was just like I did say it to kind of soften the blow, but it's like they did play well. Like it was a 4-map game in the grand final, but like they did play well. And they did stop Paper X in their tracks. Not meant to be a train pun, but kind of is. Like they did do that a good amount, but it just wasn't enough. But yeah, he like quickly looks to Milan, and I didn't see him do that. But I'm like looking back, I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to like piss him off with that question. But then he gives me like a very good answer.
Win things back in your favor.
Yeah, I think Paper X had a lot of energy, and they were using it to carry their game. I don't know. I just think today, like obviously we're a team, but today I just feel like I let the team down. I just couldn't get in the game at all, and when you got on the last map, I think it was Alfie and Kron dropping that many kills, you should be winning, and then all the team dropping that many kills in Icebox, it should have been a cleaner game. And even on the other maps too, it is what it is. But yeah, I just think Paper X, I'm happy for them, but at the same time, I'm just so disappointed in myself, and I could have done more for the team. You know, seeing how upset they were after the game, I should have just soldiered through and just tried to find as much energy as possible, and then yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I felt so bad for him, man. I didn't feel bad for Fnatic when they lost, and overall I still don't, because they've already won 2 trophies. But man, it's like he is such a good competitor, and he has been I do believe he was the main reason why Fnatic ended up making it like to the grand final. Just the energy that he brought for most, if not all, that tournament was like really good. Moving on to the first question I asked, and yeah, I was super nervous for this one. This was Jonah P.
He is still the same.
At that extra.
There's figures to be thinking about. Obviously, there's a lot more.
You just weren't able to sound gave them like.
So, I guess good match today.
Yeah, I'm clearly like kind of shaken in this. Here's a funny thing. I'm 26, and a lot of the people, like a lot of these players, are like either as old or younger than me, and like it feels weird to like be nervous to like meet like he's what, like 21, 22. Giacomo's my age. He's 21. I don't know, Josh. Leaves a bit older, but it's like But I'm like you can hear it in my voice. I'm kind of shaking a little bit.
Obviously didn't go the way we wanted to. So my question for Jonah P. Having this tournament in Canada has obviously meant a lot to you and your family.
See, I want to ask about Canada because I was hoping to get a one-on-one with him and then just like talk about how it's like great that this is like in Canada in front of your family, but they lost, so it was just kind of like, well, how do I phrase this question in like a losing matter?
Obviously didn't go the way you wanted to, but is there still good to take from having a tournament in your home country, in your location, in front of fans that are behind you?
Yeah, it was an amazing feeling. I don't know when I'll get to experience this again.
And he gave a great answer.
You know, when we're walking out to set up for stage, basically anytime we walk around, fans are always cheering for us, and we're very lucky and fortunate to have this experience. And it sucks that we can provide results for them, but yeah, I'll never forget this. Appreciate you all.
Well, as a fellow Canadian, very proud of you. So,
Thank you.
I have one more question. When you have players,
I don't know why I did that, but I just felt bad for him in the moment, so just like, I'm proud of you, bud. Like he needs it from me. Like he needs it from some random fuck called Chill Out Esports, who he's never seen in his entire life, and then just I was like, I'm proud of you. Jeez, fuck it. I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of embarrassed by that afterwards, but I was like, yeah, whatever. That's fine. Then I asked Valen a question. Valen seemed pissed.
Here, like being the difference maker. I have my question for Valen, by the way. Like when you have players like Alpha Year, players like Chronicle being a difference maker, what's kind of like the game plan to try to shut them down, and like where do you think that aspect of the game went wrong today?
I mean, you can't even.
I mean, you can't. I was like, shit. It's like, we did it, bro. Why are you asking? But I was just like, I don't know. I wanted to ask like Valen a question too. The inner Canadian, literally. I was just I just wanted to. I don't know. I was trying to ask a more journalistic type question, but you know.
Even in all sports, all competition, the best players are always going to show out. It's all about trying to contain them a little bit. It's something that we've always talked about. We've kind of been known to be a team to be able to stop the star players, you know, especially the duelists. Like we've been known to kind of contain duelist players, but you can only do so much. But you got to peek them together, trade, hit the shot, and accept when they have their rounds because that's what they're here to do. That's what they get paid to do. So, yeah, I would say we struggled to contain them a bit on loaded.
Anyways, I don't know if there's anything else that I asked. I feel like I asked
and then move to remote media. Niall, would you like to
start? Yeah, obviously, blame it. You know.
From any of the new songs coming out today?
I mean, you know, Masters Berlin, but we will see.
Game plan is different. They've played differently. They've been very.
This extra step to play this from.
Oh yeah, I know. I got okay.
They will struggle.
I did a good job in this question. This is a good one.
Hey guys, great match today. Kyle from Chill at Esports here. So my first question is for Alpha here. Your form has been incredible this tournament. What do you think has given you this extra step to play this well at the international level and just like dominate in the way that you have?
To be honest, I don't know how I'm playing good. I'm just waking up every day doing same routines. I think I'm playing good because my supports and my team atmosphere is really nice. So when you're feeling happy, of course you play good. So right now I'm feeling happy. Everyone is taking care of me in the team. Like our staff, Colin, Phil, our coaches are perfect. It's just like they're taking care of me. That's why I'm playing good right now.
Love to hear it. Next question.
I love Alpha Year. I mean this in the nicest way possible. He is so aggressively. He's so aggressively Turkish. It's awesome. It's great. He even said that in like other in other clips where he's just like, Turkish are the best aimers. So I'm gonna, if they peek me, I'm gonna show them like where I'm from. I'm like, God, that's so cold. That's so hard.
It is for Boaster. So you've been in this game since the very beginning on this Fnatic team, this organization. You've experienced all the ups and downs that this game has to offer, and it's been since 2023 since you've won a trophy. This version of Fnatic, this current version, kind of has something to prove in that regard. So how motivating is that fact that it's been a while since the trophy, and that maybe there's a little bit of a chip on the shoulder?
Yeah, I think 2024 didn't go as expected.
Give him some pause for a second. So the Riot Media guy like talked to me the next day, and he was like, "That was a great question, dude." And I was like, "What can I say? What can I say? What can I say?" But yeah, I was proud of that one, and Boaster gave a good answer too. So
2025 we went into with less expectations, and just for myself was to enjoy the process again. And it's safe to say, like, I'm really enjoying it out there playing with these boys right now. They make the games exciting. They're popping off. They're saving rounds. It's kind of crazy, the games. So yeah, I really believe that we can take it all the way. We're not going to get too ahead of ourselves though. Wolves are a good team, and we're just going to play each game as it is. But I'm having a lot of fun up there. The fans behind us going crazy too. I don't know. I just like doing emotes on enemy teams apparently now, so that's a new thing. But yeah, the boys.
It's not a new thing.
Like I said, it's everything a part of it right now is in a good. We're in good stuff.
Love to hear it. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, that's all I'll talk about when it comes to the press conferences. I just kind of wanted to show some of my questions. I asked Alex one too after they won during like the Paper X one, but it was the same question I asked to Boaster that made him cry. Just the reverse of how like good it felt or whatever. Anywho, so I'm trying to add my chat box to. I do feel bad that I might have offended Boaster, but it's fine. All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's all the press conference stuff that I want to talk about. So yeah, like mainly I was at the event and it was great. I got to meet a lot of people. Yeah, day one was the funnest day. It was great watching Wolves versus Fnatic, as well as Wolves versus Fnatic. No, shit. Wolves versus Paper X, G2 versus Fnatic. And I was really cheering for G2 and Paper X. So Paper X winning was sick, and then G2 winning, I was like, or G2 losing, I was pretty heartbroken. I was quite sad. If you watch my like match recap of that video, I'm not exactly happy camper, but I had so much fun that day that I was just like, it didn't even matter. I was just like, I just want to see really cool stuff. And I did. And I just want to meet people. And like hanging out with like Commend the whole time, like made it like a lot easier to like feel comfortable and stuff. Cause I'm just with a dude that I know. And it made it very easy. I also want to show a photo here. So yeah, this is me with Commend. And then this is Niall from the Score Esports. So I met him too. There was a good amount of people from the Score. Elizabeth Mariachi was also there. This is her. Oh, nope, that didn't go. Where is it? This is her. Yeah. So yeah, I met her. She's really cool. Gave her a sticker. She apparently put it on her fridge, so that's sick. Thanks for that. At least she taped it to her fridge and then probably took it off. But that's okay. Yeah, she was chill. I talked to her for a bit. With me and Commend. This is me and Commend again. As you can see, we're bros. That's some poutine I ate. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I was hanging out with like Commend and Niall during a good amount of the first day. Niall's super chill, easygoing dude. Makes good stuff. Watch the Score Esports videos with him in it and like them and stuff because he deserves it. He works hard. He's a good content creator. Hopefully he makes more stuff solo as well. But yeah, so during the match of Fnatic versus G2, now that was probably, now while it did go the way I wanted it to, it was the much better watch of the day because the Wolves versus Paper X one was just like not as, you know, like it was pretty lopsided. At least it was like, I think did it go to, no, it went 2-0, yeah. Like the first match was close and then the second match wasn't. But it was cool because I'm cheering for NA and there was other reporters there. There's a guy named News Penguin. Shout out to him as well. Go follow him on Twitter. It was him and then a person named Nerds Cast, who's like a tier 2 caster. They were chill too. And so Commend and Bodork are the only Europeans here. So they are cheering for Fnatic. I'm cheering for G2. And it was still 2-0, but it was a very back and forth game. It was super close. So it's like one round I'm talking shit, the other round they're talking shit. Most of the rounds it was them. And like it's funny because Commend he's quite popular, but no one knows his face. Because he doesn't show it that often. He has, but it's not that often, so like when people see him they don't know it's him. So I was getting recognized more than he was. Even though I have like not even like a tenth of his subs. So like I would just be walking around and just getting recognized by like random people. I probably got recognized like 10 times, maybe. Because I assume it dropped off as the event went along, but I assume that was because like people like met me and like already saw me. So like they were just like, yeah, whatever. Apparently there's some people that like wanted to meet me, but I kept running off every time they had a chance. So sorry about that, people. But yeah, I was hanging out with these guys, and so Commend is like going crazy. Every time Fnatic does something good. I'm going crazy every time G2 does something good or wins a round. So it's hilarious because he's like jumping up. He's like going crazy. He's going, woo! He's yelling. Bro's yelling, bro's yapping. And we're doing this at the seats that are right behind the content creator section, which I didn't really realize, at least not at the time. So like there would be times that like we're in this section and we're just like absolutely like just yelling at each other anytime anything happens. It's like Commend's like jumping up when like Fnatic like win a round, and like sometimes he would like jump up and then like G2 win the round, and then I just go up to him just like, what was that? Like it's just awesome. And like we're media. Like we are not supposed to be doing this, but it was fine when like we were just in the when like we were just like out in the crowd, because you know like whatever. Your brand has more of your face incorporated compared to Commend. Exactly, yeah. That's why people don't recognize him, but they recognize me. I think my favorite time someone recognized me was it was a grand final day. We're in like the super fan zone, which again is like right next to the stage, super close, and like some guy's talking about like what chant they should do for Paper X. Like he's like should we go Paper X or should we go PRX? And then I say to him, I'm like, PRX is better, which is what people had been doing. And then he just like looks at me and he just says, are you that fucking YouTuber? And like people who are watching the game like turn around, like people that are like literally front row, like turn around, like look at us, like what the fuck? Who's this guy? And then I'm just like, I am that fucking YouTuber. And then he's just like, oh my god, I like watched your like Rostermania videos back in like the off season and stuff. And like he like gets a photo, he gets a sticker. I gave everyone I met a sticker, especially the fans. And then I'm just like talking to him, just like, yeah, like I'm like with like I'm like here with like Commend, and just like, oh my god, Commend's here. Like he's like so excited. he's just like, oh my god, he's here. I'm like, yeah, he's like right over there. So we were in the super fan zone, but what me and Commend were doing is like we would like go out together, and then like we would take videos with our cameras, and then we would watch, and then we would move. And sometimes it would just be like he would go to some other place like without me, or like I would do the same. So it's like we were like staying together, but like we were also just like spreading out like whenever we like wanted. Now you're obligated to go to Paris now too, Billy Brown, bro. I really want to go to Paris. I don't think I'll be able to, but I really, really, really want to. So here's hoping. So when I talked to this fan, and I'm like, I'm with Commend. I go to because like he was close to me when I met this guy, and then by the time I came to find him, with the guy now with the fan now following me, he's he's gone. He's just gone, and I have no idea where he is. And I'm just like looking around, I'm just like, I swear he was here, because now I look like a fraud. Thankfully, he believed me. He didn't like call me out or anything. But that was funny. That was a funny time. Eventually, I told Command about this, and then I brought him to meet the guy, and he was still super hyped. He was still super hyped, and he met Command, and Command was nice, and I got a photo, blah blah blah. But yeah, it was really cool. That was just and it was just nice, just seeing people recognize me, and obviously only 10 people or whatever, it's not that much, but to me that's crazy. And just being at this event, being in the press room, asking players questions, meeting people that I've admired for years, it confirmed to me that this is worth it. Not that that's not something that I already didn't feel, but I put a lot of work into this channel. I only have 4K subs, and obviously I want more, but I'm still proud of that number. I think you have to be proud of any number that you reach, because anything is a milestone. But it was just so cool to me, because I got this media pass not expecting to get it, because I just sent an email to a guy at Riot, and then I got it. I was like, I didn't think that was gonna work. I really didn't. But I got it, and then it was just I'm meeting Leo Faria, I'm meeting all these different players, I'm talking to players at press conferences. It could be hard sometimes when it's I'll work on a video, I'll be really proud of it, and then it won't get a lot of views. And I try to tell myself that it's it's all part of the process. Not everything's going to be a banner. You just have to keep working at it. But that could be hard. It could be hard sometimes, because I work 8 hours a day, and then I work 4 hours on this channel a day, roughly. And it's just it can be a lot. But being at this event in the context that I was in it with was just it felt just so amazing, and I felt so proud of myself, and so proud of what I built, and so thankful for the opportunity. So I've already said it, but shout out Command so much. He made the event so much better for me, helping me get that media pass, and just being a bro. Anyway, so talking about some of the people that I met. So let's go to that. Sorry. Again, I'm sick, for those who are tuning in. Let's see here. Okay, so day 2. I think this is from day 2. This is I think after. No, this is still day 1. But yeah, this is the sign that was there. I would get a better photo of it later. What the heck? Excuse me. Anyways, this is me in front of the sign that was there. This is poutine I ate at the CN Tower. It was actually pretty good. Poutine's sick, by the way. I already knew that, but if you're not Canadian and you haven't tried this, just make it, bro. Just get some mozzarella, pour some gravy on some fries, and you will have changed your life. This is the venue, so it was really cool because they had this history of Valorant booth, which was really cool. I didn't really read the entire thing, but it had every year, and it was what they were focusing on for that year, blah blah blah. This is how close I got to the stage. I'm right there. It's all the fans are here in this ring, and it's there was enough space that you could just be literally 10 feet away, which from what they said is the first time they've done that. So that was really cool. But it also meant that, again, the viewing experience was terrible, because the screens are not visible to the players at all. So if you're only looking at the players, you can't see the screen. So you have to look up in this zone, which is incredibly hard. and there's a delay too, where it's like, what happens to the players is like a 5-second difference, or like a 3-second difference in what's happening on screen. So it can be a bit hard to follow if you're that close. This is me with command again. This is me with the sign. This is me with Shazam. So yeah, I briefly met Shazam. He was at this like, so there was a lot of meet and greets. I missed all of them. I meant to join them. I wanted to be at the TENS one, and I wanted to be at the Kaide one. But how it worked basically was like media gets in at 10:20, and people are let in at 10:30. So I would always just be too late to that. I'm a terrible morning person. I'm not good at mornings. Don't ask me to wake up early. I won't do it unless I'm incredibly obligated to do so. So I nearly missed out on this jersey because I meant to wake up so that I had enough time on, I think Saturday morning. I meant to wake up to have enough time so that I would be able to get merch, because the merch line was immediately just like crazy. It was terrible. So I got there exactly at 10:30 one day on Saturday, and I got the jersey, thank God, before they sold out, because things sold out so quickly there. But yeah, I think this is during the grand final. Like the last day was me trying to get as many photos as possible. Because like the Saturday game was kind of a wash. Like Wolves just kind of got destroyed by Fnatic. Wasn't particularly fun to watch. That was probably like, I guess, the worst day, but it was still good. It was still nice, just like chilling with everybody, doing the press conferences, meeting people, blah blah blah. But the last day was sick because I met a bunch of different people. I met Shazam. I kind of wanted to say people are too mean to you on Twitter, but I was just like, I'm not gonna do that. I just wanted to just kind of say hi. So my method, I didn't give a sticker to Shazam. I didn't give one of these to him. I should have, but I forgot. But everybody else did. So Leo Faria. So Leo had a press conference. It wasn't filmed. I'm very confused as to what happened. But I asked a really good question about like the venue size and about why they're doing one that's 4,000 capacity when they've done Masters at like 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 capacity, even like larger. So it was a good question. I did film it. However, it's just on like my like little DJI pocket camera, which is fine, but it's hard to like hear anything, especially what he's saying. But for some reason, this was not filmed. So my goal with these stickers was to talk to people, and this was the strat. It was like meet them either at like a meet and greet or just walking around. It ended up being entirely walking around because they didn't go at any meet and greets. It was always too late for them. So it ended up being like this was on the grand final day. I'm walking around. I'm going to the bathroom. I see Leo and Anna out just walking around. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like talk to them a bit. So I like talk to them for a little bit. We like me and Leo have like a nice conversation. I tell him to bring it to Vancouver because that's a city that I really want him to bring VCT to. And I like tell him that I'm like a content creator, that I'm here for YouTube. And then he's just like, oh, what's your channel? I'm like, wow. well. Anytime I would like talk to someone and like I said that I was a content creator and they asked, what's your channel? I was like, well. And I would whip out one of these from my fanny pack and they would get it. I would give them. Everybody got that. Well, not everybody, but most people. Both Anna and Leo got one, and Leo was sick because Leo, like I gave one to Leo, and then Leo was like, like I say to both of them as just like a joke. I'm like, it's okay if we throw these out later. I just wanted to say that I gave it to you, and then Leo was just like, you know what, just in case, I'll take a photo of it, and he took a photo of the sticker. I was like, hell yeah. So he's going to check out my channel, and he did actually reply to me on Twitter, which was sick. But what then happened was a disaster, because then I tried to dap him up. I hate handshakes, dude, because like everyone goes for different things. It's so annoying. It's like in this particular instance, so like I'm done talking to like Leo. I say, yeah, like, thanks so much, man. I go for one of these, or I think I go for a handshake. He goes for a fist bump. So I see him do the fist. So as I'm in motion, I transition to the fist. He transitions to the hand, and we just kind of do that. I'm like, oh god. Oh my! I messed up dapping up the commissioner, the leader of the VCT. Oh my! What have I done? But it was fine. We just like laughed about it and stuff, and then he like dapped me up and like he like gave me a hug. So that was cool. So the other kind of person that I want to talk about is this is Mel. Mel was chill too. That was a very brief conversation. She seemed like she was in a rush, so I didn't want to make her late or whatever. This is Shia Walker. He's great. He was in the press room the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but like for a lot of it. And like we were talking. We had some really good conversations. He's chill. Great guy. This is Liz. So Liz I met in the press room after I asked my question to Leo, and then I we were just chatting, and then Kamen walked up, and then like they were talking, and then like we were all talking, and then eventually we like walked out, and I said to Kamen, I'm just like, yeah, I gotta piss mad before we go back out there, and then like Liz laughs and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm very uncouth. Anyways, Kaide. So I did. Oh Jesus Christ! No, go away. No, that's from Twitch. So Kaide is a person that I've wanted to meet for a while. So she's Canadian. Tens is Canadian. I'm Canadian. We're from the same like part of Canada, like not from the same city, but we're from the same like general area. So I've wanted to meet Tens for years, and this is the second event that I've been at Tens with. Tens was at the Red Bull Homeground event that I was at in Seattle last year. So it was cool to meet him. Tens was at the Red Bull Homeground event in Seattle that I went to last year. Didn't get a chance to meet him. He was way too busy. There was always people around him. When I was like a couple feet away from him, security like ran him out. It was really annoying. But Kaide, she was just in like this kind of influencer section. So like, and like I'm sitting at the front, I see her behind us, and then it's just like, I think it's in between maps. She's just kind of like standing up. She's not really like paying much attention, but she's just like talking to some people. So I see a pretty good opportunity to like go up and talk to her. So I do it, and like clearly like a little bit nervous at first, but like she was like super nice, just super chill. And so as I said earlier, I have my method of like, this is how I'm gonna like approach it. I'm gonna like talk to these people. I'm gonna like chat a little bit about the event, about what's going on, and then at the end, I'm gonna tell them that I'm a content creator. They're gonna ask what channel I have, and then I'm gonna give them a sticker and then get a photo. That was the strat. However, I got blocked. In this conversation, not because of Kaide. Kaide was awesome. She was very chill. She was very nice. We were talking about BC, which is the part of Canada that we're from. She's like being super nice. And then I tell her that I'm a YouTuber, and then she says, "Oh, like what's your channel?" As soon as she says that, the riot security guard interrupts us, and he's just like, "Hey, there's a line forming behind you. You got to keep this moving. We talked about this." He's like mad because unbeknownst to me, behind me, like now that Kaine's up, which is obviously gonna happen, but I didn't know was happening because again, this was just in between maps. She's just like kind of chilling. So I'm just like, I'll just like go up and talk, but like there wasn't a line for her. But as soon as I go up to talk to her, a billion people show up behind me, and I'm just and completely ruin my chance. Because then the security guard gets mad, and then I'm just like, okay, can I like at least take a photo? So we take the photo, but yeah, I wasn't able to give her a sticker or like talk to her very much. So or tell her about my channel. So that was annoying. I was networking. I was goddamn networking, and I got goddamn blocked. But I mean, the security guard has to has to do their job, so that's fair. And I guess she was probably just like, because like she's very chill, she's very nice, so she was probably just like, she probably just kept talking to people, and it just kept like creating lines behind her, and it was probably just a whole thing, which is why that person probably said that we had this conversation before, because I'm sure the security guard talked about it. Anyways, this is Paper X winning the whole thing. This is awesome. I was like literally right. I was very close. Man, Forsaken's just crying, man. Oh. And then Jane's mom. So when the grand final was happening, when it was almost over, because yeah, it goes to map 4, it goes to Lotus. Like Fnatic almost bring the map back, goes into overtime. Crazy game. I'll show you. I've already shown it, but I'll show it again. I'll show you guys the winning moment, because the winning moment is like one of the favorite things that I've ever recorded. I think it's this one. Yes, people chanting PRX. Here. Yeah. Okay. So me, Command, and all the press people, we're all over here. There's just a bunch of people just waiting for like the final moment. So I got there at like a pretty good time, because like a huge line of media people showed up to like get their shot, get their photo, or whatever. And I was like probably 2 people behind the fence, and I was really close, so that was nice. Yeah, this is like Kamin's hand right here, and then yeah, it ends up happening. But what was happening before this? I was there for days 1 and 2 of the event, so I wanted to be there for the final day. Nice. It was cool. If you weren't there, which I guess you weren't. Sorry. Why did I say it like that? But yeah. Anyways, so in this area, so like this is where, so it would be like, this is the superfan zone. It would wrap around, and then this is where they would kind of, this is where security would like get people, like Yinzu for like the post game interviews, or Leo for the MVP stuff, and like giving away the trophy. So this is map 4, and Paper X, they were up in the map, and it was like probably halfway through the second half, maybe a little bit earlier, where Jane's mom, Leo Faria, Anna, Riot Supercakes, they all show up because they're expecting the trophy to be like be given away, and that's what they're there to do. And all I could think when I saw them, I'm like, map's not over. Map is not over. And like Jean's mom, I knew it was her, not because I recognized Jean's mom's face, but because she had a picture of Jean. She had like that baby picture of Jean. And I was just like, oh my God, they're jinxing it. Because you shouldn't. I was just mad because then Fnatic start to make a comeback. As soon as they show up, Fnatic start to make a comeback. And I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna collapse, and Jane's mom is gonna have to like see her son just get reversed on, and Leo's gonna be there, and it's all gonna be like what, like oh we're getting ready to give away the trophy, we're getting ready for the end of this thing, and then Fnatic tie the game, and then I think they got to map point too. I think PRX had to go, like, had to tie it again. PRX 100% don't win if it goes map 5. I don't know about that, but probably not. I think, hey, Zeph, how's it going, buddy? Hey, I was talking about you earlier. I was saying that you brought me and Kamen together. So thank you for that. But you were surely missed, bro. And you are surely missed. But thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I think it was like here, I'll just do a quick check. I have the ability to do that. It's just Paper X Grand Final. What was map 5? Okay, map 5 was split. Okay, that would have been a toss. That would have been a toss up. That would have been a toss up. They could, yeah. They would have been able to win split, but not easily because both teams were very good at split. There were a couple maps, yeah, because like I said in my video bat, I'm like Paper X having the map pool advantage wasn't helpful in previous grand finals that they played in because like they lost those and they both times had double map ban. But in this one, they did really well on the map bans. They did they banned what did they ban? They banned Haven, their permanent ban, and then they banned Ascent, which they're not that good on. And then yeah, they picked Sunset. Yeah, they picked Sunset. Fnatic chooses Icebox, which was like a must-win for them, and that was overtime. And map 3 was Paper X, which was just like a free win basically, but it was still pretty close. It was 13-10. And then yeah, Lotus was also like a toss-up. So I would say Icebox and Lotus and Split were like the 50-50s of like either team could realistically take that map. Oh yeah, thanks. I'll be rooting for EG the next split. Fair enough. Fnatic said they were not prepped for Pearl at all. Fnatic was really prepared. Was really prepared in Pearl and Sunset. I thought they'd just be bad at those maps. Well, they weren't prepared for the Pearl. That was just Alpha Year just playing Neon because they were just like, since we're not prepped, let's just throw a Hail Mary, and the Hail Mary was Alpha Year on Neon, and it worked. He was 22, 19, and 5, and he was top fragging. But of course, the rest of the team wasn't prepped. So like Kaya got 8 kills, Crashy's got 11, Boaster got 14. Can't really say they were particularly prepped on it, to be completely honest. Anywho, so I'm just looking back at the chat. Anyways, they could win split. I just didn't trust their mental if they lost those. Fair, yeah, but that was the difference. Is they seemed like their mental was like on lock that day. Like I was watching it. Fnatic rattled. Like when Icebox went to overtime, I was around here. Oh, I'm sorry. I was around here. So it's like I'm watching and I'm super close to the players. Like when Fnatic they I think it was like 12-6. They were so close to winning, and then they let Paper X come back and tie the game. And then overtime happens. It's incredibly back and forth, and then they finally win it. And that was like a must-win map for them because if they went down 2-0 and then went into Pearl, they would have been screwed. Absolutely. But in terms of a 4-map game, it was about as close as you could have like made one, I guess. But I was around here when Fnatic won. Boaster was mad. Boaster was not happy. Did you get to interview players? No, because so many people requested them, and and it was very hard to get them. I know Bo has some pull. Yeah, but it wasn't up to him. Bo's pull was just getting commend a media pass back in champs in LA, which made him meet Riot people, and then he passed that on to me. Then I met him. Bo asked some questions to Leo. I didn't interview any players like one-on-one, but I got to be in press conferences because like so many press people were there and everyone was asking for interviews. I tried to get G2, but I think it was like Juan didn't see it or the whatever. Yeah, someone didn't see my text and then it didn't go through or whatever. Anywho. Someone said that Fnatic was pissed after they won Icebox. Yeah, dude, that was me. Yeah, they were incredibly mad. At least Boaster was. Alpha Year was happy throughout the entire game. Like his vibes were up. But it's like I was looking at Boaster. He was not happy, and he's usually the one that's like bringing up the energy. He's the IGL. He like that's his job, and he just wasn't doing it. Like it was, I felt bad for him because it was just, Like he was putting so much blame on himself, and which I felt was unfair to him. But of course, he's a competitor. He didn't have a good grand final. Icebox going the way that it did, like it should have never been that way. And maybe if he plays a little bit better, maybe that doesn't help at all. Chilling good shit, man. Absolutely. But yeah, I just felt like Paper X were just like, enough is enough. Like, this is our third time here, aside from Batman. This is our third time here. We've been in this position before. We've already gone through all the ups and downs that we could possibly go through. Like, what else could we experience as a team that isn't something that we've like already been through? Like what can this grand final like throw at us? And just them coming back on that icebox despite losing was huge. Like, that was like immaculate. Like, them being able to do that and just like lose by the thinnest of margins is crazy, man. And I think that was like, I was like, that was what made me kind of believe a little bit, because I was saying throughout the entire event, and like any other time I've talked about Paper X, because I've wanted them to win for so long, because I've been watching Valorant since the very beginning. They came on the scene in 2022. I immediately fell in love with the team and their play style, because they're just so funny. They just do the craziest shit, and it always works. And it's, well, not always, but it works. When it works, and it's great. When it doesn't, it's terrible. My apologies. Chronicle seemed the most, even though Buster wasn't shooting, it didn't seem like he calling well still. He didn't seem like he was calling. It did seem like he was calling well still. Correct. I would say he was. Well, again, like it was just super close. It's like you can't really say that it was like the worst performance from both, or from like a calling perspective, because he still like the team did a really good job. The video of the player cams after Fnatic lost before people getting emotional, being like, dude, Chronicle was so funny. He's my favorite. He might be my favorite, just like personality in Valorant now, because he's just so fun. He does not care. He does not care. Like, he had a great tournament. Had a pretty good grand final as well. He was second fragger for them with 75. Oh no, that was Kayak. He was second in rating for Fnatic. But yeah, he just didn't care. He just did not care. Like when people asked him questions the day before of being like asking him like how he feels going into his last, or like his, what is it, fourth grand final? Fifth? Fourth. Wait. 2 in 2021. Fifth grand final, man. And he's just like, it's just another day. Who cares? But yeah, Boaster was definitely rattled. I definitely feel like the pressure got to him, and then he wasn't performing as well as he could have, and that kind of tanked his mental and everything a little bit. But they still played pretty well overall. But yeah, I want to play this. So this is already in my video, but this is the winning moment for Paper X, and I've watched this over so many times. Also, apologies if the audio is really like watery, because for some reason when I use my Bluetooth headphones while using OBS, it does that. I'll switch to audio when we or I'll switch to plugged in when we're playing Mario Kart. You know what? I'll just do that now. 1 second. Okay, so yeah. So this is my perspective of the whole thing. So yeah, I'm sitting here with all the media. Everyone is either behind me or in front of me. And then I'm filming with my camera with like my DJI Osmo Pocket. I'm looking up at the screen trying to watch the game. So I'm trying to do like both. I'm trying to like make sure like my shot is good and I'm looking at the screen. And this is like PaperX 1 round away. They almost threw the round and then the 2v5 happens and it's great. But there's also like a 2-second delay, or like 2 or 3 second delay between what's happening on the player screens and what's happening on the actual screens. So I'm looking at the screen at the corner of my eye. So you see how they jump up before everybody realizes what just happened? So like that was... So what I saw is like, again, I'm looking up at the screen, just trying to hold my camera as still as possible. I see something jump up and go, ah, or whatever. And so like in that moment, I'm like, oh my God, they won. But I'm like trying to look at the screen. So like I moved down and then I see everything happen. I was just like darting up and down. I was like, God, oh no. But I got the shot. Yes! 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 So like me saying like yes before everybody like before people saw it, that was me seeing the PaperX players jump up before it was on the screen. Yes! 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 As quiet as possible for a little bit. Yeah, that plays it out. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, I try to be as still as possible so I can just get that and take it in. I pan up here, and it's just what a game. I felt so bad.
They fucking did it. They fucking did it. They fucking actually did it. They actually fucking did it. 4 fucking years. 4 fucking years. 3 goddamn finals. And when I'm in the fucking building, they win. Let's fucking go. Woo!
So that's my main reaction. Doesn't the Osmo Pocket have it is a gimbal. It's like a gimbal camera. It's really good. But it has a digital zoom, which isn't that good. But it's pretty stable because I've shaky hands, but all my footage is like pretty stable. Even that, even like when I was jumping. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, this is Bodork. So he was cheering for Fnatic. As I was talking about earlier in the stream, it was like him and Commend were like cheering for like Fnatic the whole time, and when they were losing, like they were getting mad, and like that was a whole bit of like me and other like reporters and stuff were like cheering for PaperX, and then like Bo and him were just cheering for like Fnatic. But it's funny because I didn't even like talk trash. I didn't even like talk trash after they won, because I was just happy. Like all the hate had left my heart. The latest way says it all. He does say
let's fucking go, man. Let's fucking go. GG's, man. GG's, man. GG's, man.
He's like, I'm happy. That's good. Because like even like Commend, who was also cheering for like Fnatic, was just very yeah, it's like everybody was just happy for like PaperX at that moment. There's one other clip I kind of want to show you guys. So yeah, I made my video about that grand final. And yeah, I did that slow opening, which I got to make this like cinematic, you know, I'll make it cinematic. So I did that. I did the fade in, and then I did me right after. This is just me. I wanted to do my entire match recap just right in the arena, but it was like the press conferences happened like literally right after this. And then like there were people around. There was the whole thing, and then we had to leave and stuff. So I filmed just my quick reactions, and then I made the match recap the day after.
They did it. Four years, 3 finals, 2 chokes, 1 win, baby, 1 win. They did it. I just witnessed PaperX win their first trophy.
Because for those of you who weren't around in 2024 on this channel, which is probably like a good amount, I have been picking PaperX to win a tournament for so long. For so long. I didn't even realize it, but I picked them to win 3 tournaments in a row. I didn't mean to. I just did, because I thought they were going to do it. And then when I realized that I picked them for Shanghai after picking them against, after picking them to win Champs 23, they were the runner-ups, they lost. I picked them to win Madrid, they were 3rd place. And then I picked them to win Shanghai. They went out early. I said, and I'm trying to find it, I said that if I predict them to win this tournament, talking about Shanghai, if I predict them to win Shanghai and they lose, I am never picking them again. Please pick them to not win champs. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to. It's not happening. I don't know who I'm going to pick, but also we don't know who's going to be there. But I've been picking them for so long. So it was really frustrating that like earlier in the tournament, I was getting comments saying that saying that I'm like a Pacific hater, or that I don't like PaperX or whatever. Like when I made my predictions for playoffs, I got comments saying that I'm like a Pacific hater because I picked RRQ to lose and picked like PaperX to lose quickly. Y'all just don't understand the game. If I pick your team to win, they will lose. You should not want me to pick who you want me to pick. You should not want me to have the same pickups that you, because it won't work out. And I know this. That's why I pick Fnatic, because I'm like, I don't, like, it feels like they're going to go on a deep run, but I don't really want them to win, because they've already won multiple tournaments. I don't hate the team. I like the team, but I don't like the same team winning over and over again. At least not, it's been 2 years, so it's been a minute, but still. And I've been cheering for them for so long, and they just always let me down. So I just swore it off, and I'm trying to find it right now. But I want to find... No, that was the wrong one.
VCT Masters Shanghai is just around the corner, and it's time for me to do my pick'ems for the Swiss stage and...
It's not that one. Just gonna search up PaperX. I've made multiple videos about PaperX. And... Oh yeah, here it is.
Throughout their time in Valorant, PaperX is a team.
So let's just do a quick little look back. Let's do a quick little look back at this video. So this was uploaded May 30th, 2024. So this is after I picked them to win Shanghai, and I realized that I was like, this is the 3rd tournament in a row, which again, I didn't know when I did it. I just kind of forgot. Pick TH to win champs. It's okay. Carrying EG to trophy number 2. I don't know about that. I want EG to make champs for sure, but also crew is kind of always a lock for champs. So also MIBR, I don't know. If MIBR make it, they're getting top 3 because OzBoss. Anyways, but yeah, this is my video on him.
Team that has always been seen
as
a team that can win a championship, but just hasn't been able to do it yet. And so far in 2024, they've technically gone close, but this tournament at VCT Masters Shanghai might be their best chance to do it yet. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about PaperX and their chances of finally taking home a trophy at VCT Masters Shanghai. So this is the board that we have today. All of the stats that are on the board are based off of Stage 1, since the roster at the beginning of the year is different from how...
I was going to say EG isn't going to make champs, but who else is there in Americas? Well, 100 Thieves and Energy, maybe, but I doubt that. G2 and Crew make it 4 spots free.
MIBR, if they keep up stage 1 form, they have to bounce back after terrible Toronto and potentially now rotten vibes because they didn't show up to the press conference, so we'll see. If they keep the same roster and they fix the vibes, then they're fine. If they don't, then they won't. But yeah. How it is now, which has actually happened the past 2 years, with Monnier now being on RRQ, Jane did return to this roster, so I felt it wasn't really worth it to combine at the beginning. So this team, Paper X, are my pick for the winners of Masters Shanghai. I did my pick'ems video where I did my bracket. I had them winning every single one of their matches. That is probably a bit bold of me, them going, lossless. Doesn't really sound like it's gonna happen. But I do believe in this team, and I feel like if they're gonna win a trophy at some point, I think they just have to dominate a tournament and just try to just get it over with. Because this team has gotten so close to winning that tournament, and they just haven't been able to get over that hump. And what I didn't realize at the time of making that pick'ems video is I've actually chosen this team to win the last 3 international events. I've been wrong. I picked them to win Champs 2023. Came pretty close. They got 2nd place. I picked them to win Madrid. Technically, I was almost right. They got 3rd. And I have picked them for Shanghai. And I think out of those 3 picks, I think Madrid is probably the one that I would take back. I don't regret picking them for Champs. They were a very good team. They were a contender of that tournament. But Madrid is the one where they definitely weren't looking as good as they were in previous years, and their performance wasn't seen as how they've been in the past, which is surprising because they got 3rd. So an international probably since lock-in. So I picked them for Shanghai without realizing that it would be a 3rd time in a row. And yes, I am a fan of this team, so if you want to just think that it's fan bias, sure, you can go ahead. That's not why in my mind I chose them. I've just always seen this team, this roster has to win, right? But I will say, if they lose Shanghai, I am not picking this team to win a tournament anymore. It's just not happening. It's just not going to happen. If they don't win this one, I'm not going to pick them for Champs. I won't pick them for anything else, and maybe that'll make them win. Maybe that's the secret, but who knows. Anyway, so let's go. So that was me over a year ago. I completely sworn them off because then they went out so early in Shanghai. I think they only won 1 match. But it just felt like it was never ever gonna make it. So back to this video. So the reason why I like this video so much is because I'm in, not only have I been waiting to make a video about Paper X winning a tournament for years now, I was also just the way I made this, I really like, because I have the fade in to them winning. I have me talking about it. And then
I don't even know where to start. Bro. So that was...
And then I have me at this park I found in Toronto, and it's like I've found inner peace. There's wind blowing. It's a beautiful day. I'm in a Hawaiian shirt. I'm wearing sunglasses. It's like I found inner peace because finally a team that I have wanted to win a tournament has won. In terms of teams I wanted to win this, it was G2 #1 because they're probably my favorite team, and also just Jonah P, Canada, that whole thing. I'm kidding, blah blah blah. And then it was Paper X too. Paper X have either always been #1 or #2 at each tournament because I love their team. I love the way they play. They play such a wacky style, and it hasn't bared fruit, and now it finally has, because this is probably the best version of it that we've seen. And they suck early in the year, and then they have this bounce back. It was crazy. If PRX had won a BO5 against Sen and won a BO5 against EG, Asia would have 6 trophies in a row. All right, get off your high horse. They don't. Man, Pacific fans, y'all are way too... Listen, y'all have a reason to be cocky. I will say that. You're riding high off of T1, as well as Paper X now, and also Gen G a year ago. But listen, guys, it took y'all a while to get a trophy. So I wouldn't be I don't know if you're from Asia, but just as a message to all Pacific fans, I would chill. I would chill a little bit, because it could, ask EMEA, one day you're on top of the world and the next day you're not. So that's just how it goes. But yeah, I love this video because it's just I'm at peace, I'm just at peace. The wind's through my hair, it's a beautiful day in Toronto. It was way too hot this day too. It was disgusting. I've followed Paper X since 2021. Holy, it felt good to see them win. Yeah, I've been following not since 2021, because they kind of burst onto the scene on Reykjavik. So if you're watching back in 2021, if they exist, I assume they existed back then, but they didn't become internationally known until Reykjavik 2022. But yeah, it felt so good, man. Because yeah, I've been following them for so long. I've been rooting for them for so long, and then the whole train meme comes, and you know, you can call it a Cinderella run. I don't think it is, because they just became the team that they're supposed to be. Like the whole train meme, I said it in the other video that I made about the top 4, of me being kind of frustrated at the train memes, because it gives the implication that this team is an underdog, and they shouldn't be, because they're not. They just became the team that they were supposed to be. Everybody knew this team was really good. They just never did it. They just didn't find a way. To be fair, Asia's always been competitive in Val. I come from Siege Esports, and Apex ever been amazing. They only made the first grand final this year in year 10. Yeah, like it's just like Asia with specifically tactical shooters have historically not been the best. I know Mongols is good right now in CS, but I don't think any Counter-Strike tournament has had like an Asian team win. Correct me if I'm wrong. But with games like Overwatch, they like dominate. Asia's like interesting in terms of what games they're good at, because it's pretty specific. It's like if it has a cartoony art style, it like really appeals to them. So like that's like a good gauge. Or like games like Overwatch, and like CS didn't really appeal too much to Asian audiences for a while, but I think it's starting to get a lot better. I guess CS just had a first Apex team in the finals, so yeah, exactly. So with Valorant, it's like now we're seeing them do really well, but it took a minute, because China came in late. China's really good. Why is Asia have to dominate shit games like Overwatch? I don't know, man. Ask your own demographic, ask their demographic if you're not a part of them. Excuse me. But it's like they seem to really like they seem to really like flashy stuff, cartoony art styles, whereas like tactical, slower stuff and stuff more like on the realistic side, like Call of Duty. That's more like North America. CS is like Europe and stuff. But Valorant's kind of a combination of both Overwatch and CS, so it kind of just made this mix that they had good teams early in Valorant, but no one was ever able to like really no one was able to win a tournament until Gen G. And then as soon as Gen G won, it right now it feels like they've just kind of opened the floodgates. And what I've noticed about this year is, and I'll talk about this in like a video later, but what I've noticed is this is the year where teams are like exercising their demons. Right? Like, you had Paper X win after so long, you had T1 win, which T1 as an organization didn't really have any demons, but Buzz and Stacks did, of just like being on DRX and just rotting on that team for as long as they did. So I think whoever's gonna win the next tourney might be a team that has a similar like situation, which means maybe Heretics are win. I'm not gonna pick them to win, and they have to get there first. But hey, maybe it's something like that. But yeah, I think that's most of what I had to cover. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about. I'm not going to show it, but so on the flight back, so like I had this amazing magical weekend. Like not only did I like have a ton of fun at the event, but I got to like see Toronto. I got to like hang out with like my girlfriend. I got to meet people I've admired online for so long. I got to make good friends with like Commend. It was a great time overall. I think God had to like humble me a little bit. I wasn't I had to like, you know, I had to come back down to earth, because on the flight back, I was taking WestJet,
and I'm just gonna say this: avoid WestJet if you can for whatever flights you end up taking. But I was flying WestJet. I asked for a tea because I got sick. I'm like sick right now, which I've said multiple times. But my like throat hurts and was hurting, and I got some tea on the flight. You work for... Oh, maybe I can't say... Oh, damn. All right. Maybe I gotta be careful. Okay, you know what? I'll just put it this way. If you're a flight attendant, don't make your goddamn tea water too hot, because I spilled the tea on myself. Entirely my fault. But I spilled the tea on myself, and it gave me a 2nd-degree burn on my knee. Like, I have a burn. I have a bad burn on my leg now. I'm not gonna show it, obviously, because I don't get TOS or whatever. But I was like, it was entirely my fault, because I was just like, I got the tea. I'm watching like the Truman Show on my phone, and I unplug my phone from my charger, and it hits the tea and it spills on my lap, and my girlfriend's lap too. I burned my girlfriend too by accident. I felt really bad. She's okay though. I got the worst of it by far, and now I have. I'm not a flight attendant. Good, but tell them. But like, I'm not gonna show it. But it's like, it's on the other leg, but it's like, how do I show it? The entirety, again, I'm not gonna show it, but the entirety of this area of my thigh is burned and has a 2nd-degree burn. It's really bad. It is really not recommended. I don't recommend it. So obviously entirely my fault, but it was way too hot, bro. Like, it should not have been as hot as it was. So that happened. So just had to get a little bit of bad luck before ending the trip, because I gotta make sure I don't stay too high up. ICL, I do find it very precarious to have hot drinks on a flight because it's very cramped. I just wanted something for my throat, and then it just ended up being a bad idea. Here, I'll scroll back on chat a little bit. I said this to over-dramatize it, but this is the year Val's uncrowned kings finally get their crown, Stacks of Buzz, and then PRX. I said Andy and I said the same thing. I said it's either TH or G2 at Champs. If we're going by who has the most demons to exercise, it's probably Heretics, just because they were at 2 different grand finals last year. G2 definitely have their demons, but their like history of choking is a bit exaggerated, because they've only been to 1 international final. They've just had really steady improvement over like the last 4 years. So it's like it kind of feels like it's been a while, but it's kind of like that to make the way through 2-2. And then last year they like started as like an okay team, ended as a really good team, but fell short of Champs, and then were the best team in the world for like 1 tournament, but didn't win the tournament. And now the meta isn't super beneficial to them, but it could change. How do you guys see TH or G2 winning? I feel like they just won't. I feel like they haven't shown to be able to push that limit of making the final win. Okay, G2 can win for sure. Let's not underrate G2. They're a good team. TH, I don't know. TH probably not. They might need to make changes. Champs is going to be fun for sure. Yes, Champs is going to be amazing. Champs is going to be fantastic. It's going to be in Paris. Oui. And it's going to be great. Anyways, that's kind of all the story I have to tell. I do want to play some Mario Kart. But if you guys have any questions about the event or anything else you want to kind of talk about, you can go ahead. TH has 1 more chance. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't say 1 more. I would say their coaching staff might have 1 more chance. Gotta get through 2G, Furia, Apex, etc. Play first. Yeah. I would say TH, they just don't look like, especially at least just at this tournament, they just didn't look like a team that could win. It was really unfortunate to see them go out the way that you did. You got the new Mario Kart? I did, and I do plan on playing it. This went longer than I thought, so I might have to come back. But yeah, one of the players' contracts ends in 2025 anyway. Who? Is that Woot? I know Boo was a free agent last year at the end of the season, but he re-signed. I feel like TH might have to make a singular roster move like PRX did. I mean, just drop your smokes player seems to be the method, but the problem is their smokes player is Boo. At least one of them. Am I tripping? So, like, that's your IGL. Yeah, but, like, if the problem with that is that if you drop him, if you drop Boo, you're also dropping Mini Boo. Because I don't see... Unless they're fine with it. Unless both Boo and Mini Boo are fine with not playing together, which I'm assuming they wouldn't be, then it's like you kind of just have to have them on the team or you have none of them. So if you believe in Mini Boo, which you should because he's really good, then it's like, I don't know. But you're not the problem with Heretics, I'll just bring up the VLR now that we're just chatting about Valorant. Where is it? Okay, so here's a problem with Heretics as I see it. So, coming crazy, but I feel like Team TL, PRX, or EG will win champs. Don't predict PRX to win another tournament. Like they could, they probably could, but I'm saying they're one and done for the time being, but they could. EG is a crazy shot given they've not done anything recently. Yeah, but they've improved a lot. Okay, anyways, talking about Heretics, since now we're just yapping about Valorant. So here's the problem. So this is their team. So let's just go through it. So here, let's just look at their comps for Toronto. So yeah, they have Boo on Smokes. They have Mini Boo on Duelist. Rian's on Initiator Smoke Flex, playing some Viper. You got Woot, Duelist, Initiator, Flex, and then you have Benji Fishy, who's your Sentinel and your main Sentinel. So, again, really good team, and they showed a lot of improvement in Stage 1, and then maybe, even though they weren't like a predominantly Tejo team, the meta change seemed to screw them over, because these scores are pathetic. Like, 1 and 13, I know PaperX won the whole thing, and now the whole bit is like Team Heretics at every international they've been to, they've lost to the third place team and the first place team, which has happened every single time. I can't believe that actually came true, but it did. But the problem is, so you have Boo and Mini Boo. So you have this brother duo. Mini Boo is great. Mini Boo is much better than Boo. So you have to, if you want to get rid of Boo, A, you have to replace your IGL. B, you're probably losing Mini Boo, because like they came like together, or like Boo was already on the team, he run in his brother. So, and plus you would have to change your IGL, which would be rough. And he's a very good IGL. Is he like top in the world? Probably not, but he's quite good. So let's look at the other three players. So Woot, first of all, you're not dropping Woot. Like, you're just not. He's really good. Yes. Did he have the best performance? No, he did not. In terms of comp-wise, there might be an argument there, because there is a discussion of Woot of, okay, do you keep him on Duelist, where he has had a ton of success, but he's admitted he doesn't like it? Here, let's just look at chat. Oh, I've received 100 messages. That's cool. I do think PRX needed one trophy to actually feel like they can do it. I could definitely see them winning more. I could see it, I'm just not going to expect it. If they want to win, they need to change their Icebox comp and fix their lowest comp. Yes, correct. EG can pull out a Demon 1 and go crazy. It's not like he's fully washed, lol. You think they're going to pick up Demon 1? I mean, maybe. But, like, why? Like you have Icy as your Duelist, who's better, at least recency. What maps leaving the rotation? Bind's coming back in, I think.
Yeah, Pearl and Splitter being... Okay, so Pearl... Isn't Pearl staying? Okay, so Bind's coming back in. Okay, yeah. Pearl and Splitter going out. Yeah, so Kuro's coming in place of Pearl, I guess, which I don't love. I want Abyss back, by the way. I miss Abyss. No, I need Pearl, so Pacific and win. True. Low-key, Whoop might have to be the one to go, not Meme and me got bullied enough. Putting Marines back in Viber caused their loss, probably. Yeah, Bind is back at the new map. No, Pearl and Splitter rotated. Okay, yeah. Oh, I want to ask, what are your thoughts on Wolves and the run? I low-key want Abyss back. I definitely want Abyss back. I don't know why it's gone. I know it's a bit of a gimmick map, and a lot of people don't like it. I like it. I think it's good. Abyss should come back in champs. But then we have another, like, if that happens, then we just have another. I think the math works out anyway because they're changing maps every, like, couple months. But it's like just changing so much about the meta is annoying. Right before our tournament, which they did for this one, but it worked out for Paper X. Anyways, someone's asking me about Wolves. Okay, before I do that, okay, so yeah, Woot might end up having to be the one to go just because in terms of his fit, it might just be a bit rough because he's not a Sentinel player. Reens is a better Initiator player. And Woot is good as an Initiator Duelist Flex. And he had his best run ever at Shanghai by primarily playing Duelist. He was very good at Champs playing Initiator for sure, but this year on that kind of flex role just hasn't been as good as what he wanted it to be. So yeah, so I don't know what the fuck these ads are. But he's very good, so you don't want to drop him. So then you look at Reens. No, don't drop him. He's really good. As I said, he's better at Initiator than Woot, and like even Woot can't replace like the type of Initiator he is. And then you have Benji Vishy, who had a rough start to the year, but then really bounced back during stage 1. So again, I think Heretics, if they end up losing out, then probably make one change and it might end up being Woot. But I think this roster can still win because they've shown that they have been able to get close. Anyways, Fiji pick up Demon 1 while having Yale be a crazy frag and duo. No, stop it. No. Do not 100 Thieves yourself. I'll put it that way. Potter and Demon 1 worked well, so well I don't see why Demon 1 wouldn't take the offer, seeing how he only did good with her, and Icy is okay. Icy I think is a bit inconsistent, but he was getting better. Because both D1 and EA are passive duelists, you need a exactly. That's exactly it. Also, yeah, don't 100 Thieves yourself. I'll explain that a little bit. So this roster is a mess, and this is off topic, but 100 Thieves is a mess. There's some good players, but you have Cryo, who's really good at some duelists. He's really good at Jet. That's about it. Like, what's he been playing? He's really good at Jet and ISO, if you just look at the base stats. And then he can play Chamber, and he can do more too. He has a good Sage, and has like a pretty good Yoru. However, he can't play Raze for shit. At least not that much. At least we haven't seen it in a long time. Go back. And then you have this guy, Asuna, who will play Neon, who will play Raze, and usually I would say to like pretty good effect, but I mean, look at these numbers, not exactly lighting the world on fire. So
100 Thieves, while they have some good players, are in the situation where they have these 2 duelist players, but none of them are flexible enough to play all the characters. So you end up in the situation where you have 2 players that are really talented, but none of them really fill the main role that you need. So you have to flex them onto other stuff. So if you do that with EG, if you bring in Demon 1 and you keep EA, especially if you keep EA, you end up in the exact same thing. And I think EA should stay as the Sentinel player. He's been like Sentinel Flex this year, which I think has been fitting well for him. Like, he's been doing well on Jet, which is good. And then he like plays Clove. He's a bit of a flex player right now, which is kind of odd, but it happens. 100 Thieves needed the history of Icebox to do well. Unfortunately, Cryo feels like he's very similar to Demon 1 and EA, maybe Tens. Tens does not come back. Tens will occasionally sub in for teams, maybe, when they need someone, but he's not coming back full time. Chili Esports, did you watch any pro from previous games they played? Sorry, who are you talking about? The Duelist to Omen Pipeline, the Duelist to whatever, some of his pipeline. FNS was insinuating that EG have no plans on letting EA go. Exactly. Well, because they shouldn't. Because, yeah. The Duelist to Meteor Spring Pipeline. Yeah, kinda. Okay, so talking about Wolves, since you wanted me to talk about Wolves. Oh, sorry, I'm so fucking sick. Where the fuck are they? Wolves Esports. Okay. I was incredibly impressed with Wolves' run. Incredibly impressed. I mean, like, different games before they joined Valorant. I see. Oh, like say if I watched Benji Fishy before he joined Valorant and he was in Fortnite. Not really. I knew about some pros. Like, I knew about Scream before he went to Valorant. I mainly just kind of learned about a lot of players that went to Valorant from CS through like the Score Esports videos. But overall, yeah, not really. Let's see. Spring isn't Sentinel. No, Spring. Yeah, Spring. Was he Smokes? Am I tripping? Yeah, he was Smokes. He was an amazing Smokes player. Do you follow any other esport? I used to follow Smash a lot. Smash was my first esport, and then I stopped playing it. And Smash is. I was about to say Smash is cringe, but it's. I mean, it kind of is. But Smash is. It's like, at least with the type of content that I would make. My content probably wouldn't work for Smash. At least not the way that I think about it. But I have been meaning to kind of get back more into it, and I'm trying to follow CS more too, even though CS fans are like the worst. Especially we got some weird. I mean, exactly. I mean, you hear about the Mego thing? That's the best melee player of all time. That's the best community of all time. Which community doesn't? None of them. True. Valorant has some weirdos too. My opinion on stuff like that is people discussing what community is better than the other are stupid. I know I just talked shit about Counter-Strike fans, but it's like every community has weirdos, every community has bad actors, and every community is toxic. It's just when you're in a community, just be the example that you want to be. Not the first time a Smash player got drunk and did some shit. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I was really sad when I saw those Mango clips. I recently learned from the Apex pros came from Overwatch. Yeah, a good amount did. I know Carpe was Overwatch. We famously have 6 months of off-season. Wow, that sounds like it's terrible. We kind of experienced that in Val, and I hated it, so... No. Siege is cool, though. I do love the Val community that shows up to events, so yeah, no, dude, like, the crowd in Toronto... I also want to say this. There were people kind of... So, like, a lot of it was Counter-Strike fans, but there was a lot of people kind of dunking on the Toronto crowd, and I was really confused by that. because I was there. It was amazing. Like, that was like the best. That was one of the best crowd experiences I've ever had. Like, everyone was hype. There was always people cheering for either team. There wasn't any like toxicity, like kind of booing of people. Like, I never saw stuff like that. At least not to like a big extent. And the venue, while it was small and a lot smaller than what Counter-Strike was doing literally at the exact same time, it was still like I was skeptical of the event heading in, and I even asked Leo Free about that when I talked to him. But it, like, the way they did it was actually quite impressive, and it made a lot of sense with what they're doing and what they're trying to do, and kind of make it more interactive with the people and have the people really close. So yeah, BR was the best crowd. No, it wasn't. I refuse to believe that. It was the best crowd when there was a Brazilian team playing, because they would cheer for them, and then any other team was playing, and there would be no one in the arena. Or they would be completely, or like when Loud was losing, it's like any other team. And I get it, it's like you don't want the away team to score, but it's like Toronto, like there were plenty of people cheering for Fnatic, while there was a lot of people cheering for G2, and vice versa. So, and that's for like any of the matches. Like, the crowd for the grand finals is probably like, I know Kamen said it was like 65, like I said it was like 65, like about 65 Paper X fans, 35 like Fnatic fans, and then Kamen said like 70-30. But I'm like, I don't know. It was fine. My only gripe with BR crowds is that the crowd dies as soon as, exactly. Yeah. No. Exactly. It was very, and like I remember watching Lock-In and watching the Brazilian teams, and it's just like there was just like one woman who was clearly close to the mics, and she is ear-piercingly just screeching, just yelling, just absolutely yelling, and it was annoying. Energy versus Loud is the best match of all time when it comes to attention and crowd, probably. Well, maybe, I don't know. I forget it. By comparison to Toronto, people were cheering for everyone. Exactly, yeah. That's kind of what I experienced. I do have to pee, so I'll be right back, but it won't be long, so don't leave. Did anyone leave? Nope. Well, I think we went down 2 viewers. That's fine. W chair stream, of course. Very, very important for the chair. I hope they do more events again. I still love going to events. I'll probably go to MSI, and I don't even play League. Yeah, no, I didn't even know they were doing MSI in Vancouver. I don't watch League, but I kind of want to go. Because some people that I met at Toronto might end up being there as well. No, we hear hell yeah. But yeah, I'm like, I'm in the Vancouver area, so it's like, yeah, no. So it'd be cool. Anyways, so yeah, I want to talk about Wolves' run specifically. I'll probably make a video about them. But oh my god, this team, dude. This team impressed me so much. I remember... Let's see if I can find it. Let's go to my channel. Where is it? The playoff stage for this video. So I end up picking, if you remember correctly, if you watched my video, so we at Toronto, but we were there on different days. Yeah. Unfortunately, I was not there for a little time. I wanted to come to MSI. I'll try, bro. I'll try. But yeah, so I picked Wolves top 4. Or yeah, Wolves top 4. So that they actually went further than I thought. But I got some comments, bro. Okay, so first of all, they're like, bro really hates Pacific. I don't. I really do not. Like, I was right about this one. Genji lost, I think, technically in the same play. No. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, they lost here. So I gave Genji more credit than they do, but I did a Paper X out early. Because, again, if I pick them, they lose. Did the pick'em prizes come out? I had top 11%. Damn. Good job, bro. But yeah, I picked Wolves top 4 because I was incredibly incredibly if you go to Van for a day of the event, I'm not going. I'll fly out to me. My tickets are cheap. Okay, don't do that. Maybe don't do that. But you know what? I'll let the people know if I go to MSI, but don't fly out specifically for me. I appreciate it, and you know, I'm sure one day we will meet each other. But yeah, I know your comment, Super Goku. I'm on the PRX. I also gave Wolves a chance. Well, because like my thing was, hey, off topic, but do you edit your own videos, and is it hard? I want to start my own channel. I'm a video editor like by trade. Yes, I edit all my own stuff. It is, I mean, it's hard, sure, but it's like you just have to do it. I don't know. The thing with editing is that it is incredibly tedious, and I love it. Some people hate it. Most people hate it. But I decided to kind of use it as my own career. My girlfriend wants to go to Vans, so I'd be going for her. Well, there you go. If it's not just for me, like, we can grab some beers. I'm fine with that. But yeah, I'm like in the area, so like, yeah, no, like literally just like email me or some shit if you're in Vancouver, and then I could take you out. I'm fine with that. I love meeting new people. No, that one comment, as long as G2 never lifts the trophy. I don't even get how people can hate them, bro. I don't even get the hate. I do love your style of videos. It reminds me of hockey stuff I watch. Okay, do you mean the hockey guy? Because that's exactly what my channel's based off of. So my idea for my channel came from, I wanted to start an esports channel for a very long time. And I just like hadn't done it, and then I started watching Shannon, the hockey guy. I'll just show you guys. He might just pop up because I watch him like literally every day.
Yeah, right here. So this guy is like my favorite Lamau, yeah. So I didn't copy him.
Welcome back.
But for those that don't know this guy, so he's just a dude who talks about hockey, and he just has a whiteboard behind him, and he just yaps. And behind here is also a cat tree, so sometimes he has his cats. He also has bunnies, and I love this guy because I love hockey, and it's sick. So my channel was like, and like what I like about him is he's a very even-tempered guy, at least on the surface, or at least in his videos. So it's like I can see the inspiration already. And that's the key part. Inspiration, not copying. All right. That's my cope. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, this guy is like, what I love about him is that he's a very like even-tempered guy. And he's just a dude who just loves talking about hockey. And I'm just like, what if there was someone like this for like Valorant specifically? Or like for like esports, but mostly for like Valorant, because again, it's just him yapping in front of a board. He just writes stuff down. So I have my boards, and I call them boards, and it's like I will never hide that I did kind of copy this guy's style, but I feel like I've changed him. I feel like I've changed it enough, and also he doesn't do any editing.
They have to be injuries.
He just talks and he one takes everything. I cannot do that. I tried, cannot do it. Also, let's go. Oh, there's a bit depressed the past two. Hey, at least I'm a Canucks fan, bro. Don't you dare coming in here talk with your 4 Stanley Cups, 5 Stanley Cups, 2 finals in the last 2 years, bro. I'm a Canucks fan. Don't come in here. But yeah, this guy was like my main inspiration for my channel because he's great. He has like a lot of subscribers. He's awesome. But yeah. Anyways, okay, so getting back to, I feel like they get hated for the praise they get. G2, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, in terms of editing, starting your channel, here's the thing. So yeah, editing is very tedious. It's very boring. I love it, and that's why I did it. Hey, congrats on it, dude. I'm so mad at that trade. You have no idea. I've been reeling all day. What a fucking awful trade. We just helped the Oilers for no reason. Helped a divisional rival. Dumb as shit. I used to do Adobe Premiere, if that matters. I understand why editing is tough. It's quite tough, but I'm like, it's not really tough for me anymore because I do it so much. Again, it's like, it's my career. Essentially how my life has gone, I've wanted to be a YouTuber for a while, just haven't like found like I just didn't find a channel that really, or like an idea for a channel that really worked for me until this one. And then, so like, what my plan was like, okay, well, I'll go to film school, I'll be in the film industry, and then that'll be like my realistic goal, while my dream job is YouTuber. What do you edit on? I edit on all the Adobe stuff. A lot of people hate Adobe. I think it's fine. It's too expensive, so like you could just pirate it, and like people wouldn't blame you. There is also DaVinci Resolve if you want a really good free one. CapCut is more for TikToks and stuff, but it is actually surprisingly good. But in terms of long form, probably not what you want. If you want to start your own channel, I'll try to give you some advice, I guess. I have 4K subs, but I can yap about it. Thumbnails is half the battle. You want your sound to be good, because sound is, I think it's like perceived by the brain before like your visuals are. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve is it's very good, especially for a free one. It's awesome. I use it for color correction when I like want like really good color correction, because Adobe's color correction is dog shit. It's awful, and DaVinci's is way better. But the reason why I don't use it as my main is just because I use After Effects a lot as well. And while people don't like Premiere a lot, After Effects is fantastic. In terms of motion graphics, it's the best in the game, like bar none by far. So
the reason, so it's like as soon as DaVinci has a good motion graphics thing that is like better than After Effects, I will switch day one. I have that, tried it out, but hard to learn. Yeah. I mean, they're all hard to learn, but once you learn them, like, they're all the same at some point. If Adobe didn't start CC, I'd support them. Yeah, no, agreed. It is, I hate the Creative Cloud. It's terrible. It's a hole in my wallet every month, but I don't trust pirating that much, so. But yeah, I think, yeah, if you want to learn editing, so I didn't really learn. It's hard. It's very tedious. It takes a while. There are tools to make it faster, but obviously, you know, not always it's not the easiest to learn. It's just about doing it. The way that Adobe too expensive, revert to Windows Movie Maker. Exactly. So the way that I learned Adobe After Effects specifically, I learned Premiere just by using it in high school. And then when I needed to use it professionally, I learned it to like a professional level. But the way I learned After Effects was trial by fire. I cannot watch like tutorial videos unless they're just like really short ones about like a specific effect or something that I'm trying to do. I learn by doing. I cannot sit there and like watch a fucking 12-minute tutorial and just like slowly learn it and just like this is boring. I don't care. So when it comes to, so when I learned After Effects, so it was right out of university. I quit my part-time job so that I could focus on trying to get something film related. I get an editing freelance gig with a real estate dude, or like a dude that like films content for like real estate people. He's looking for an editor. He asked me if I know After Effects. I lie and say yes. What proceeds to happen is he gives me this project, and he gives me his file for After Effects, his like working file, and I didn't know at the time, but I like looking back, if you don't mind me asking, where I unfortunately I do mind you asking, if I meet you in person, then I would tell you, but I don't want that public information. Anyways, yeah, so I got a gig doing the real estate content, lied about knowing After Effects, and then he gives me the most disorganized After Effects project file of all time. Like horrible. Like nothing labeled, nothing named, like bins everywhere, just complete utter fucking chaos. And it was terrible. And I had to learn it because I needed the money. I needed a job. So it was just, I learned After Effects there because I had to. I had used it maybe twice before that, and I got a job that was primarily doing graphics for this real estate video. And then I just learned it, and now I'm a fucking pro with it. I don't show it in my esports videos, but that's just because like I do it all day. So it's like with this channel, I'm like, if I want to be efficient about it, about my uploading, about my like schedule, I just want to keep it as simple as I can, and the only extra editing I'm really doing is just adding clips and whatnot, which I've tried to do more recently, and it's doubled my fucking editing time because it's kind of annoying. But it's worth it because it makes better videos. So editing is really all just it's just about doing it, man. Like that's all the advice that I could give. And then yeah, if you want to start your own YouTube channel, you just got to do it and be consistent and have good thumbnails. That's it. I've been trying to talk about Wolves for the last half an hour, and I keep getting sidetracked. Do you ever plan on covering games from more regions for the regular splits? So the issue there is just time. I just need more content to listen to. I would love to follow Pacific more. The problem is at 1 a.m. my time. So it's hard to do that for obvious reasons. Especially now because I have a job. But like I could watch them after and like try to do match recaps and whatnot. I would like to. I think it'd be cool to like do more EMEA. It's just thanks, Lamel, you're awesome. No problem, man. You're welcome. Time zone's terrible. Yeah, no, that's that's the rough thing. The EMEA games are easier because they're in the morning for me. So it's like one of them will start at like 9 a.m. Then next will start at like noon, or the next will start at like 11 or whatever, or noon. Probably noon. I think noon. So like that'll be beneficial, or like that's easier, but it's just during the workday. So it's like I can't always watch it at the same time unless it's on weekends. But I'll try. If you subscribe and give me money, maybe I'll just watch email on a second when I'm doing work. In case my boss is watching. I would never do that. Assuming it'll be 3 p.m. for you since you said 1 a.m. for Pacific. For EMEA? No, it's like the games. It's weird because the EMEA games are at a bad time for the European people. They're all like night. In Berlin, it's like they'll have games ending at like 1 a.m. Anyways, what else stuff do you want to talk about? And it's just 5 p.m. So for 5 p.m. Yeah, and NA is 2. I think the first game's 2 p.m. for me, and then the second game's 5 p.m. Man, it's been a good fucking stream. Damn. I expected some people to join, but like we've consistently had over 10 viewers, which is kind of cool. I might end it soon though, because I do want to eat. I was gonna play Mario Kart, but this has been going on for nearly 3 hours, so I might just call it there. Anything else you guys want to? You know what? I'll talk about Wolves for a little bit. So yeah, Wolves. I might make a video on them soon. I loved what I saw from them. The question is just gonna be, are they a one-off? Because I think the one concern I have is like the teams they beat. So play against Sentinels, lost. They play against Heretics, won. That was probably their biggest upset until Gen G. And then Billy, pretty easy win for them. RRQ, I knew they were going to be RRQ because I saw how their form was. Even in the game versus Sentinels, it was still pretty close. Like 8-3 on the last map. It's not the worst. Heretics 13-10, 13-9, like close, but they were definitely in control for the like 90% of that. Billy regional matchup, looking for revenge. Pretty easy win for them. RQ, a team coming in cold, their first international, and it's just like what I was being reminded of when I was watching Wolves was, especially with Spring, I was getting reminded of Chichu. Like Chichu at Champs 2024 specifically, because Chichu was just on this insane run and he was just like destroying everybody, and then at this one we have Spring with like a kind of similar play style, but still just annihilating people. He was great. They could have won against Sen. They were up early in those games. Exactly. They very easily could have won that. Well, not very easily, but they could have. Yeah. So them coming, because like I saw how good their form was in these two games, and I was like, okay, they're gonna wipe the floor with RRQ. That's why I pick RRQ to lose. Not because I hate Pacific. Oh, I'm a big Pacific hater. And it's like, no, it's like RRQ. They're coming in their first international as a team. RRQ looked like in really good form in these two games. Like a huge upset where like stats here are great. Like Spring went 40. He went plus 15 against Heretics. Juicy, while incredibly inconsistent this tournament, still was plus 11 with the 1.33.
Stats-wise, Spring reminds me of Chi-Chu, but watching him play reminds me of Meteor. That's actually quite a good that's quite a good comparison. TL made BLG struggle. I think TL can make a chance run. I think TL's like a pretty good dark horse candidate, honestly. I'm not just saying that because there's a dark horse on their logo. Stole that joke from Bodork. He made that at Toronto. But yeah, Wolves were just like, they were just in really good form, and like Sufat Baby was like looking pretty good, even though he did poorly in this one. But like as an IGL and like a personality, he seemed great. YU, I'm annoyed that you pronounce his name YU because it's spelled Yuika. Lysar had his moments for sure, but like Sprain and Juicy specifically, it's like Spain was just in like just in great form. Loki, it was Command that made that joke. I forget. Loki, if Wolf wanted to get an upgrade, Juicy would be the player to replace, just roles wise. Juicy's good, just inconsistent. I was about to make that joke. Yeah, no, it's a pretty obvious joke. Yeah, I wouldn't say replace Juicy, just like teach him consistency. Like, if it persists for a while, sure. But like, you know, for his first international, I wouldn't say too bad. Like, maybe he was inconsistent in China. I didn't watch a lot of China. But then, you know, if it's a common thing, then sure, I guess. But it's like, he clearly has the talent to be a top duelist. He just needs to find more consistency. So if you can just do that, then you're fine. He's still young. He was on Blade when they won Ascension. He just was too young to play. Well, they shouldn't make yet. I don't think they make changes. Well, they shouldn't. At least not now. They don't need to. But this game, like these games made me believe they were going to go far, and then this game made me think, oh my god, this team's actually pretty good. Because, like, 9-3 at the half, and they come back against Genji, who were in incredible form for that entire like Swiss stage and like start of playoffs. And then since like they 2-0'd them. They 2-0'd them. They won 8 rounds in a row to end the game. Crazy. Just if they decide to make changes in the future. Yeah, I mean, you cross that bridge when they get to it, I guess. This game was painful to watch. Are you a Genji fan? Because I found it fun. Because I'm not a Genji fan. Like, I don't dislike them. I know they're really good. It's just I have a thing, as Pacific Fanfare, I have a thing of not wanting the same team to win, even if it's like a team I like. I hate dynasties. That's why I'm glad Valorant hasn't had one. It's like we've had a very good variety of different teams that have won. But yeah, no, this game as a Pacific fan was probably terrible to watch. Genji's a weird team. I don't know where they go from here, because at one point they looked so good they could win the whole tournament, and then they completely shit the bed. Like, if you really want a painful game to think about, how about this one? How about this one right here? This was, I think, the biggest choke I've ever seen. Like maybe Loud versus Fnatic, but it's like that was like Fnatic was gonna choke, and then Loud ended up choking at lock-in. But this was, I was in a work meeting as this was happening, and and it's on my second screen, so I'm paying attention to the meeting, but I'm also just like watching. So imagine just like as a G2 fan, just watching them go down 11-4, and I'm so mad. I'm pissed, but I can't do anything. And then this starts to happen, and I'm just like sitting there like I'm trying not to react, but I can't help myself. I blame Ash solely for this loss. I blame coaching, dude. Like round 23. No, round 22, tying round and you save on a 5v4. I know there's a Viper's Pit, but come on, seriously? Like, you're not even going to try to win the round? Actually, well, no, that wouldn't be coaching. That would be Munchkin, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't blame any one person. Just blame the whole team. Like, Texture went invisible for the second half. Charon had 9 kills.
Foxy9 didn't do much either. And yeah, and then Munchkin called a save when it was a 5v4. So they should have rotated Icebox probably. But yeah, Wolves. Yeah, Wolves. I was just really impressed by them. I think they're a really deep team. Maybe they end up being one and done, but I feel like they have at least a pretty decent chance to be a pretty consistent team. Just Juicy needs to be better. YU's solid. Lysor's solid, but could be better. And Spring is like clearly a star. He is so good. He is incredibly good. And then Sufat Baby, also very, very, very impressed with him. Overall performance is great, and then vibes were good. So I wouldn't put them in like I don't think that they're good enough to be top 3 every tournament. I think they went on a really good run. So if they learn from this in the right ways, then they should be able to be pretty good. Like they should. If they figure things out, then I think they could be a consistently good international team. But they have to be consistent and make it to the tournaments, and C, just like Jesus Christ, I'm all over the place, and just find a way to be consistent and just like, you know, keep making it to those tournaments, and then just, you know, I feel like their peak is like what they got at Toronto. I don't know if I see this team in their current version as winning a tournament, but we'll see. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up in like 5 minutes. But is there any other questions you guys have? I think we'll see them at a few more events in the future. Well, that wouldn't be surprising at all. Especially because, like, at least right now they seem like, I mean, I guess technically the best team in China, but I mean, is that going to stay? We'll see. They're at very least good enough to be the 3rd best, which is all they need to be. I guess 4th best. And now they got to get a amount of champs points from what they just did. So yeah. Any other questions? Thank you all, honestly. This has been good. It's been a good stream. I've had fun. I would play Mario Kart if I wasn't incredibly hungry right now. Seems to be a bit of a delay, so I'll just wait. No more Quebins. No more Quebins. No more topics you guys desperately want me to talk about. Oh! Last thing. This is what I'll end on, actually. So, I want to show you some of the stuff I got. Okay, so obviously I've already shown, and you've been looking at it, the jersey. The jersey's been sick. I bought it. I didn't get it for free, but media did get some stuff. They got like a bag full of stuff. So I got a shirt. It's upstairs. I'm not gonna grab it. I also bought a hoodie. Oh, you did ask a question? Okay, ask it again, and then I'll I'll answer it. Anyways, so I got this like puck, squishy little puck. We also got a beanie, which you can't see it. Oh, sorry, no, not a beanie, a toque, because that's what we called them in Canada. It's funny because they had these at the event, and it's like the dead heat of June. So this was very hot. Should have gotten the puck though. Well, I did get the puck, so it was fine.
Oh, you should have gone the book. Yes, probably. It's nice. But yeah, we got this this Duke, even though it's like incredibly hot outside. Here, let me check my pick'ems percentage. I don't even know. How do you check? Stats, I don't know. They had them at the event, and Toronto's having a heat wave. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like they were having a heat wave, and they were selling like hoodies and like hockey jerseys, and it's because it's Canada, but then it's like okay, so mine was okay. What is this? Here, I'll show you. No. So this is me. Does that mean I'm in the 7.1%? Or does that mean that's my percentage? Because I'm not very good. My pick'ems are usually run. So, yeah, we also got some... So there's one more thing that unfortunately did get destroyed. Oh man, like in the game. Oh, I forgot to do them in the game. Honestly, I completely forgot. I haven't opened the Valorant client in like a while actually. So I don't know. Well, I guess 0. Anyway, so there was a little G2 booth, and they had this little thing. It was like this little kind of hockey game where you're just kind of meant to like shoot at 120 points. Yeah, no, I'm bad. But yeah, they had this hockey thing where you had to like shoot this ball into like this little net, and it's funny because they only had right-handed sticks, and I'm left-handed, and I told the guy, I'm like, hey, you don't even have like left-handed, and then the dude's just like, I'm from Europe, I didn't know that was the thing. I'm like, oh. Anyway, even with having to hold the stick in like backwards, essentially, I still got it in twice, but the second one bounced out, which to them is you know, that just doesn't count. But I still got a free poster, a free signed G2 poster. You're lefty too. In writing, I'm right. In sports and everything else, I am left. But I did get a signed G2 poster. But this is why I don't buy posters when I go places, because there's a rip. There's Jonah P's signature. I didn't have a place to put this. It was in my backpack, and I thought I rolled it up enough to where it would survive. No. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to the poster, bro. What I did was I put it in my backpack that was full of my camera shit, and then when it got to the fucking WestJet, all you had to do was roll it up tightly. Listen, that's what I did. That's what I did. But I've like my Switch, all my camera shit in my fucking backpack, like it's packed. And then I think what happened was at the WestJet booth at the airport, they like wanted everybody to put their carry-on in like a little basket so to see if it would fit. Mine didn't fit. But thankfully, the person there at the airport was nice enough to actually just like to just like let me through with it. But like I had to try to squish my bag to like put it in, and it just got fucked. So I don't know. It's whatever. Yeah. Thanks for taking the time to take a pic with me at Toronto. Fun to meet you and look forward to more content. Thank you for coming up to me, of course, man. I hope you enjoy your sticker if I gave you one, which I assume I did because I gave them to everybody. I'll take the poster off your hands. Nope, too bad. Or transplant the signature to another poster. I might just take, because the signature is still mostly intact. So I could, in theory, just kind of rip it off or cut it off or something. To be fair, my Toronto poster cards kind of got... See, it's hard. It's difficult. And I had so much shit, and I didn't expect to have a poster because I didn't go in planning to get a poster. It did get dented like day one because I didn't bring a backpack to the event because I didn't want to do it. I literally just had a fanny pack, and I just fucking fit all my camera stuff in there, thankfully. So like when I got the poster, I had to get like a Riot merch bag, which I also have, but that's upstairs. Anyway, thank you all for watching the stream. The stream actually went quite well. Yeah. Thank you, Phil Musical, for saying hi and shit. It was really nice to get recognized by people. WestJet mentioned JK. Dude, WestJet's a terrible YouTuber, bro. I hate that guy. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna go eat now because I'm starving. I'm gonna go have some Safeway sushi or something. We'll figure it out. But yeah, new videos on the way. Obviously, I think I'm gonna try to do a stats video tonight for Toronto, and then yeah, the vlog is coming. So yeah, today was like the story time stream for Toronto, and then hopefully over the weekend I'm gonna have a vlog posted. It'll at least be within a week. If I don't, I have a busy weekend because I'm at a wedding, but it's like I'll probably have time like Monday if I don't finish it before the weekend. So. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll definitely stream more to this channel because I was kind of trying to do it on my other channel for Twitch, but I think it's probably just better if I do this because clearly I can get the views here because this is just me yapping. I still got 10 viewers, so that was pretty sick. Yeah, maybe I'll stream Mario Kart here at some point, so look out for that. But yeah, look forward to the videos, guys, and yeah, have a good night yourselves. Really appreciate it. See you guys later. Bye. Also, appreciate my little offline card. I think it's pretty sick.